You know how there's a type of JAV, and this is only in JAV, but it's like the creepy dude, right? Like you know exactly.
We call it the ugly bastard. I think in the
ugly
West.
bastard. I've always wanted to know, what are the actors like in real life? Because I've always wanted to know, right? Because it's like
50-year-old men looking.
Yeah.
and they purposely have to like act creepy, right?
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
we actually need them in the industry because
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Trash Taste Podcast. I am your host for today, 𝒫ó𝓇𝓃, and with me are my usual co-host, the Boiis, 𝒫ó𝓇𝓃𝓃, and the Anime Man.
we're the boys now. I guess that's just how it goes.
I mean, let's just keep it simple from now on, right? No more nicknames. And today we have a very special guest with us. We have Kaho Shibuya.
hi, I'm the girl here.
We got the boys and the girl.
The girl.
Funny, you are our first female guest. It's nice to have a bit of a mix instead of just having.
It's finally nice now that the only female on the show isn't Ria Sensiti's ass. We actually have something nice to look at now.
Oh my god, thank you so much.
But why don't you introduce yourself?
Right, my name is Kaho Shibuya, as you introduced me. Thank you. Where should I start? As Kaho Shibuya, I started my career as a JAB actress, which is JAB means Japanese adult video.
Right.
So yeah. But before that, we can talk about that later.
It's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah.
But before that, I was a newspaper reporter after college, and then we did a little bit English teaching tutor, just teaching English for kids like who are studying for TOEIC. That's kind of like a Japanese thing again.
Right.
I think only Japanese people care about TOEIC. Or ACAN.
Like the English proficiency test, right? Yeah.
Ah, okay. I had no idea what that was.
Yeah.
No one, mostly in Japan.
Yeah, I mean, we don't really have to take it, right? Like, we know we're proficient, hopefully.
I mean, if you ever go on like Tinder here, I think you'll get people being like, "Hey, I need help with my TOEIC, by the way. You look like you speak English."
Yeah, I had no idea what the English proficiency test was because I know like Japan have like the N1, N2, or whatever that's called.
Japan proficiency
The
test.
Japan proficiency. I only know by the N1s and N2s.
You're obviously not going to hear about it because you don't need to learn English.
Right.
But I heard that you got like an amazing TOEIC score, right? Like, what's your TOEIC score?
The highest is 990, which is kind of weird. Like, let's make
not
it
1,000?
1,000. Yeah,
Come
it's
on,
not
add
a
that extra
1,000.
10 points, man.
But I took that score.
So you got a perfect
I
score.
nailed it
You nailed it.
On that
Damn.
only on that day. But
So when did you start learning English then?
I guess it started from high school. I mean, like we had English school back in elementary school or middle school, but we were
People normally drop it, I've noticed.
we don't really care. You know?
Yeah.
Like we don't know when to use English. But then I got into WWE.
Really?
Really?
Yeah. Back then it was still WWF. You know?
That's how you got into using it?
Oh my god.
You just
Let
go,
me explain.
Okay.
I was just used to like naturally watching Japanese professional wrestling.
Okay.
Because my
okay.
dad was a physician for that like Japanese Wrestling Federation or
Right.
that organization. So yeah, it was just natural for me to watch professional wrestling.
Okay.
And yeah,
And then you got into it from that.
like they came to Japan.
Oh, okay. So they had a tour in Japan.
That was actually the second time like they took a tour. I couldn't make it in the first time. I think the first time they still had Rock as like Dwayne Johnson.
Oh my god, that's going way back. That's going so
the
far
number
back.
one influencer in the world, by the way.
I guarantee there's like a group of like really young people watching this who are like, The Rock, isn't he the actor? He's like, what?
Yeah, he wasn't back then yet.
Yeah, exactly.
I just imagine like you younger just going around, "Can you smell what the rock is cooking?" That's like your first like sentence.
Oh my god. I remember in high school when or in like middle school when people would just say that and just immediately fart. It's just there's like, "Can you smell what the Rock is cooking?" And it was just like a joke, and everyone started doing it. It was so fucking annoying.
That's hilarious.
Joey's like, "Damn, I gotta write that down."
All right. Okay. It's a new joke. So wait, so you got into WWF at the time?
Yes. On that stage, I saw Triple H was actually the star, the champion at the time.
Okay.
So you need to understand how old are you? How old I am. You know, I'm not gonna mention that, but let's keep it a secret.
Yeah.
I want to stay mysterious.
Of course.
Yeah. So yeah, Triple H just came out. I was in the front row, but very close to front row, so I could just feel actually his water splashing.
Wow. So you were in the splash zone.
Yeah.
Wow.
You could smell what he was cooking.
Wait, splashing
Tastes
what?
great.
Like sweat? What?
No, he does this. I don't know if he's still doing it.
Right.
Right. Like he just put water in his mouth. Like,
Oh, wait, yeah.
yeah. When he
okay.
comes out.
Yeah.
I remember as a kid, I used to try and I begged my parents to buy me like the wrestling, you know, like action figure set.
Yeah,
and they were
yeah.
like, no, Connor, that's got 3 zeros. We don't.
Oh.
Yeah. I never got into wrestling. I mean, like, my uncle was like a pretty big fan. My Japanese uncle was like a pretty big fan of the Japanese wrestling side.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I never like really sat. I know if I sit down and watch it though, I
Yeah.
think I'd love it.
I mean, it just seems like anime with real people.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
basically.
Right.
Like the only thing I know about wrestling is from Super Eye Patch Wolf's videos about wrestling. That's pretty much
Yeah.
my knowledge on wrestling.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it seems like something I could properly get into if I had the time to commit to it, because it seems like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Isn't it just like basically just a pantomime, but in like
I mean-
basically it's a
But you
stage
need some
performance,
skills,
right?
right.
Yeah, it's like a theatrical
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's kind of like a
Competitive.
final fight with a drummer. Like,
Yeah.
like you enjoy Hagar like doing a lot of stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because that's like, because it's all coordinated, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
all choreographed.
Yeah.
As far as I know, and I think there are very famous moments where because I remember seeing in my recommended like top 10 ad libs in wrestling. And
Yeah.
it's like something I can't remember what it was.
What was the ad-lib?
I can't remember what it was. It was like someone meant to slam the table, but he slammed his face, and then I was like, oh shit! What?
Coming up next on Watch Mojo.
So did you ever think about, I know this is going to be a weird question, but did you ever think about, I want to be a wrestler? Or like, did you ever think about like going into that side of things?
Not really, because I just wanted to like get to know them more. But that's it. Like maybe become a physician like my dad, or maybe a translator. I don't know, but
So it's basically like us with anime, where we saw anime and we saw it's in Japanese. So that was our motivation to learn Japanese
Yeah.
for anyone who did at that age.
definitely,
Well, we didn't want to go into the anime industry. We just wanted to talk about it.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Like, yeah.
I don't have the physical for pro wrestling. Obviously, I'm like, I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm very short compared to these like huge.
I don't think I'm that tall.
They are giant for me.
Well, I don't know how tall my audience think I am, because everyone assumes I'm really short.
Yeah.
The first comment I always get is, man, you're a lot taller than I thought
I
you'd
have
be.
the opposite thing. In real life, I get people who are like, I thought you were taller.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? Fuck off.
It might just be like the white man and Asian man stereotype, right? Like it's like, oh, he's Asian, so he must be short. Oh, he's white, so he must be tall.
Yeah, I remember when we aired our Akiba video and everyone, all the comments were, I can't believe Garnt's taller than Connor. My image is shattered.
You for some reason think I'm like 6'10". Like I don't know why people think that. Like just a normal guy. Leave me alone. Stop bullying me.
So wait, so you got into WWF,
Yeah,
right?
but like, you don't really want to learn language from them, like that kind of.
I don't know.
It'd be fantastic if I met a Japanese person who
No.
spoke like a WWF
Like you
person.
suck, or like, I don't say that. I try not to say it.
I just realized like everything they say is so like anti-Japanese culture.
Yeah.
It's so in your face, and that's so opposite.
Although,
for
to be
everything.
fair, if a Japanese person came up to me and said, "Do you smell what the Rock is cooking?" I'd be like, "Dude, you are awesome. I love you."
and then farts.
Then I gotta use that.
Like, you got me. All right, okay. So I remember because I interviewed you
yes.
for my channel. I think it was
Last year,
right?
at AX.
Yeah, at AX. We did an interview together, and I got to know like a lot about your backstory and whatnot. We'll obviously get more into that in this episode.
Yeah.
But as you were saying at the beginning, before you came into the JAV world, you went to like journalism, right? Like with the baseball stuff.
Yes.
So I want to know now that I know that you were into WWF before that, how did it go from WWF to baseball journalism?
It's just I was in a company, so like I didn't have a choice. Like my boss decided
okay.
where I should go.
Right.
Baseball is like what Japanese people watch the most.
Okay.
Japanese baseball.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
would you
period.
have liked to have done like what wrestling journalism?
Yes.
Yeah. So
Oh,
that was
so,
like
so
another
that
one.
so that was your aim. Okay, that's pretty
Get
interesting.
into that.
But now you get to talk about WWE.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you get
Finally.
any say in doing baseball? Like, do you like baseball?
I had no idea. Like, I mean, like, I didn't know anything about the rules. Well,
They
I
were like,
just
yeah,
do
you're a
this,
great reporter. Great reporter.
protecting this base. Like I didn't really understand. Like I never watched baseball. I grew up in, I've been to girls' only school from elementary school. For like 12 years. I was like in one gender.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
the same. Yeah.
Joey went to an all-boys school.
I went to an all-boys school
For
as well.
6 years.
Yeah, for 6 years. So middle school and high school, I was
so
all
double
boys.
that. So
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because elementary as well,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I didn't know they had girls-only elementary schools. Is that a
Yeah.
thing in the UK?
I don't know
You
because
pay a lot, I think, for
Yeah, it's like private school. It's because
Yeah.
you got to pay a premium, I think, if you want your girls to be in an all-girls
Not
school.
surrounded by those dirty boys.
Disgusting
Yeah.
boys.
Stay away from boys.
You say that as you're with 3 boys right now. Okay, so I guess, yeah. So from my understanding, because you were in a girls' school your entire
Yeah.
time, right? I mean, they still play baseball, though, in girls' schools, right? Or I guess it's softball,
No, yeah, some, only a few.
right?
Yeah, so
And-
I had no idea how the sports was like
Work.
functioning. Like, I
Right.
didn't-
Because baseball is pretty popular in Japan, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I think, is it the most popular sport, or is that soccer?
I should say
It might be baseball, right?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
I think the top 3 sports from what I remember here is baseball, soccer, and sumo.
Oh,
Those are
okay.
like the top 3 most
right.
popular.
Right.
Obviously, they play other sports like
Right.
wrestling, for example.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think baseball is probably the most popular, right?
They have like 143 games at least a year.
Jesus,
Yeah, more than.
right?
Yeah,
in
because
baseball.
I know a lot of
Yes.
like American teams scout out Japanese baseball players.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to talk out my ass because I literally know nothing about baseball. I've been to one baseball game in America,
Yeah.
and basically the only way I could really have fun was just to get belligerently drunk, and that's what everyone else seemed to be doing.
Isn't it really slow, baseball? Like, it's, at least in America, right? They have like an ad break after like every throw or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm over exaggerating. That's what it feels like watching sports
Oh no,
in the US.
I don't know. It just feels like one of those really boring sports to watch. I'm gonna piss off a lot of baseball fans now.
Also, okay, well, if we're pissing off people, dude, American football is so fucking boring, and they actually do have an ad every time anything happens. Like,
No, okay.
it's so annoying.
Okay. I can understand American football. American football, when it's in motion, it's like one of the most exciting sports to watch. It just has too many breaks. But sports like baseball, cricket,
Yeah, cricket,
golf,
I don't like cricket either.
I don't understand the appeal of watching them, man.
I really like the cricket. Oh my god! I never watched baseball. I never watched soccer. I always used to watch the cricket.
Wow.
And if you thought going to a baseball game was slow, go to a cricket game.
Well, that's like a 4-day thing, and well, that's
no,
that's just
no.
a big piss up though.
No,
That's all it
okay.
is.
No, I didn't. Okay, you're talking about the Test cricket, which is
okay.
one
Okay.
game is like 5 days long.
Okay.
Right? They also have. There's 3 different types. I can't believe I'm going to talk about cricket in this podcast.
It's very
I
educational
have,
though.
I have a good story about
So
it.
basically, cricket has 3 different types of games. There's
Okay.
the Test cricket, which is the really long one that most people associate cricket with, right? Which is
Yeah,
like
yeah.
5 days.
So long.
No one goes to watch those, right?
Yeah,
They
yeah.
do. I don't.
I mean, they do, but like you have to be retired, right, and have literally nothing else to do, right? Because it's so long. It's 5 days, and then there's the what they call the 1-day international or the
Right.
ODI, which is it only goes for 1 day.
This man knows his shit. Jesus.
Yeah.
I'm into cricket, man. And then there's a shorter version which is called the 2020, which usually only goes for about 3 hours. So it's like
Okay.
it's
Only
it's
3
basically-
hours?
It's speed running cricket, basically. And going to watch the 2020 cricket, the short one, is really exciting because they have a limited number of balls.
Right.
So they have no choice but to try and smack the ball as many times as they want. So it's way more interesting. Whereas Test cricket, they have 5 days, so they can take
so
their
long.
time.
And is it true that after the 5 days you can still come out with no winner?
Yeah, there's draws.
Yeah, there's draws as well.
Yeah, the best analogy I heard for that is like, imagine having sex for 4 days and then in the end, nobody comes. That's Test cricket.
That's what it feels like yeah, sometimes. But like the Test cricket, at least in Australia, at least in my family, we would put on the Test cricket just like we put it on the TV
background.
and then just have it in the background and do other stuff around the house. So like every now and then we would come into the living room being like, oh, who's winning? Like I wouldn't sit in front of the TV
Right.
for 5 days being like, oh my god, this is so exciting. Because most of the time nothing's happening, right?
Edge of your seat stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
When I was younger,
Interesting.
and my whole family likes cricket, but I don't like it, and I made that very clear to them that I didn't like cricket. Right. So 13th. I'm 13 years old and it's Christmas, right? Guess what? Like the main gift they got me was
Cricket bat?
a ticket to watch the Ashes. Or
The
something.
Ashes.
The Ashes. And I was like, Mum, I didn't ask for this. I asked for Yu-Gi-Oh cards. It clearly says. I know there's no Santa, Mum. Come on, I'm not putting up with this act anymore. This is bullshit. And I'm pretty sure my parents bought me it just so that my dad could like be like, well, if you don't want it, I'll take it. I like how I'm just calling out my parents perpetually on this
But
podcast.
did you get Yu-Gi-Oh cards?
No, I didn't. I didn't. I just had to like forfeit my main gift, which was a ticket to the Ashes.
If I were you, I would have like gone and sold that ticket to like a friend and then
Yeah.
used that money
Yeah,
to buy
yeah,
Yu-Gi-Oh cards, right?
I should have done that. One of my 13-year-old friends is going to go to the Ashes alone.
Yeah.
Like, come on, go to middle of fucking nowhere in England.
And watch a game for 5 days.
God.
Yeah. Okay, so you eventually though had to get a better understanding of baseball, right? Because that was
Yes, I
essentially
had to.
your job.
I had to
right?
like do the scoreboard, the scorecard.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, scorebook is what we call in Japanese.
Hmm.
Kind of like a baseball craft manager kind of thing.
It sounds
Right.
like you were very interested in it.
You think?
So how long did you do that for?
About a year. Like as a baseball reporter, I also did editing.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
Oh, on that note, can I just
Oh yeah, we completely forgot that we had
forget
gifts.
about the my boring career?
No. We want to hear about it.
Part of the law.
Yeah.
The Shibuya Kaho law.
Yeah. So this is summertime in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Yes.
brought 𝒫ó�𝓃, which is summer gift.
Oh,
But it's
okay.
got Pikachu on it.
Yes, Pikachu and Eevee on it.
Cute.
Oh.
Where'd you get that from?
Pokemon Center.
Oh, Pokemon Center. Really? I go to the Pokemon Center quite often, but I've never seen anything like this. Let's open it
Yeah,
up.
they have collaboration with this
Ooh,
Rask.
cute. Or 𝒫ó�𝓃, it says.
Yeah.
That's a play on
Yeah, I know.
words.
Yeah, of course. Sorry.
Because of Pikachu. Should we open it?
𝒫ó�𝓃.
Yeah, do you want to open it up?
Yeah, sure.
Yay!
So is this like a traditional Japanese gift where you give in the summertime then? Okay.
Especially for business partners, like
Oh,
people
okay.
you want to suck up to.
Yeah. I still don't understand the intricacies of Japanese business etiquette
Right.
because there is an etiquette behind Japanese businesses. Do you want to show off on camera?
Yeah, it's Rasku, which is like a biscuit, right?
Yes.
Yeah. It's really nice. Ooh. Let me see this.
This brand is very
Ooh.
famous in Japan. It's from Gunma Prefecture.
Oh.
That looks good. Yeah. Well, we won't eat it on this
wanna-
episode because we don't want to like.
Eating ASMR.
We don't want an
Yeah.
ASMR episode. But thank you, thank you, Carl.
Also,
Thank you so
Connor,
much. Oh, thank
happy
you.
birthday.
Oh, I had
Oh,
no
yeah?
idea. I had no idea.
It was just
Wow.
Connor's at
you.
the time of filming. It was just Connor's birthday last weekend.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday! What'd you get, Connor? What'd you get?
It's Pokemon sweets, it says. Is it a cake of
Yes.
some sort? Like Pokemon cake. I mean, I don't want to take it all out and ruin it, but it's very cute. I'll put that away for now. But thank you so much.
Man, you're much nicer than our previous guest. He just took all of our beer. Thanks, Chris.
We love you, Chris. We love you.
I'm going to ask something.
Oh.
And, so I watched Joey's video where he interviewed you, and I watched a ton of videos that you were in on YouTube.
Okay.
And I know,
Okay,
Because we know you're
no.
clients.
I can't
Yeah.
say that without people being like,
No,
I
because
bet you did.
because earlier I was like, I was doing my research to Connor about your career, and he just burst out laughing.
I'm sorry. You know how it is, right?
I know.
So I wanted to ask because it must be. I don't. This is what I want to know. On Joey's video, all the comments on every single video that
Right.
you're in are always the same. It's like, oh, opens up Chrome tab to
Right,
search.
right.
Or
Yeah.
it's like, oh, how did you like not look at your breasts or whatever? Like, does that get annoying? Like when you're just want to collaborate on like a podcast like this?
Person kind of feel sorry for Joey too because like
Yeah.
I
No,
like
he doesn't.
noticed the
No.
I also invited him to join my radio show.
Right.
When we post and we share, like we retweet, there's at least one comment, at least.
Yeah, always,
Yeah,
always,
one
always.
comment saying like, oh, like, is Aki okay with this? Like, oh, maybe they're gonna have a threesome. Like, what the?
Like they just think that you just like cannot stop having sex.
Yeah.
Like, that's,
I mean, like, it was a job, not a not a lifestyle.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And B, I was fully retired even
Yeah.
at that time.
Yeah.
And I am now.
but even if you were still working in it, this
Yeah.
assumption that you just I gotta make
Right.
a porno, I've got to
Yeah.
fuck something and film it, like it's so strange.
I felt bad for you. Like I
Yeah.
didn't really care because
Yeah.
it's just my comments,
Oh,
right?
thank
Whatever.
you.
But like, because like the whole point of my interview with you was to get to know you as
Yeah.
a person, right?
Thank you.
And obviously, of course, it's inevitable that we're gonna cross that
Right.
path, right?
Yeah.
Because we're gonna talking about
Yeah, we'll talk
your
about it.
career,
Yeah.
right? But like, yeah, I like obviously it wasn't every comment. It was a lot of comments.
Yeah, of course.
But I saw a lot of comments as well who are like, oh, like I totally saw a different light in her. Like,
Yeah.
she's actually a really
Yeah.
nice person. And like
Yeah.
that was my whole aim, right? But of course, the internet is always going to be the
Yeah, of
internet,
course,
right?
of course.
So I was just really, but
Yeah.
like, I don't know. I would be really annoyed if I was you.
Yeah.
If I went on to an interview of some person or anybody.
No, I just appreciate this. You guys so much for bringing me out here in spite of
no.
all those like future idiotic comments.
No.
I'm like, I can see that.
No. We want to bring this up to call out the fucking comments now.
Yeah.
Because what's going to happen is, right, someone's going to immediately type this comment before they watch the video. They get
Yeah.
30 minutes in, they're like, oh shit, I got to delete that. Like,
Shim, shim, shim. Oh,
And,
Yeah.
and if you don't, you're just going to be casted as a clown in the comment section, right?
at least be creative. You know, that's
Yeah.
all I want.
Yeah.
With-
Yeah.
Come
we
on.
don't need the same 5 millionth incognito mode comments
Yeah,
that we're going to see
exactly.
on every video.
Be a man. You don't use incognito. Keep that shit in your history.
Cast it to the apartment in the other.
Assert dominance. But no, like, does it? Because the question I had was, you've had a very varied career in terms of like everything you do now.
Right.
When I was reading up, you were like a streamer, you were a cosplayer, you're a writer. You've done a lot of things. But
Right.
has your career in the Japanese adult video industry, has that like affected how people view you in when you're doing other
Right.
things at all?
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate people like started knowing me because of JV. Like I still keep the same name because that's the name like people know me.
Know you.
Right,
as.
right.
So yeah, I mean like I appreciate that like for that. Because of that experience, I get to write more. Like I get to speak more.
Yeah.
I get to have an interesting conversation because of that experience. But I don't want to be like just like forever. Like, people just forever see me as JB.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
actress.
yeah, yeah.
Like
Label
even
on
though
you.
like I'm retired, but it just doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think Mia Khalifa recently, she had like, I think was it like a breakdown on Twitter or on
Something like
Instagram,
that.
something
Yeah.
similar.
I remember
like-
reading up about it where she actually regrets working in porn because of how it just completely dehumanized her and affected her in a way that she can never recover. So I guess for you, have you ever thought that you've regretted that career at all?
The reason I'm right now, I'm not making an OnlyFans account or like I'm not doing
Yeah.
any
Yeah,
nudity
yeah.
work is because like you know
mentioned
I want to because I want to redeem myself not as a JV actress like past or current.
Yeah.
Because I want to have a second career. Like I want to show people that you don't really have to keep taking off your clothes just because
Yeah.
you did it once. So
Yeah.
that's why like I'm encouraged to do this. Like you know,
Yeah.
just being myself.
And that's like, that's why I have like so much respect for you, because
Oh, thank
anybody else would change their name, you know,
Yeah.
after JAV, right?
Right.
Because
Yeah.
they think that like, oh no, like people, if they see that name, people are only going to remember me for that thing.
Yeah.
But the fact that you didn't just goes to show that like, no, I can grow out of this,
Yeah.
right? I'm confident enough in myself that I'll be able to sell myself as a person.
Yeah.
And not just like the person that once used to do porn,
Yeah.
right? Like that's, I don't know, that's
big-
really cool.
That's
No,
big dick
thank
energy
you.
right
That
there.
is big dick energy.
Very big energy.
I guess I
From
have
the
to
boys.
embrace my past. Like I'm not ashamed of it. I'm not necessarily proud of it. Like I've never been proud of what I do, like as a newspaper reporter or
Yeah.
as a teacher. Like if you're, I mean, some actresses say like, oh, like we are helping Japan to have a low crime rate, low sex crime rate or something, you know? But maybe it's true. But I guess if you're doing any kind of jobs, like you're helping somebody in a way.
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah,
you know, you
of
don't really
course.
have to be proud of it. So
Yeah, of course,
Yeah.
of course.
yeah, you're working. So yeah, so I'm not necessarily proud of it, but I am proud of it that I kind of growing out of it. you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
It was a stepping stone for me. I'm not doing the same thing. Like I do wear sexy lingerie or maybe sexy cosplay, like, you
Yeah.
know, but I'm not showing anything more.
Yeah.
Right,
I'm not, you know, making a secret account like to show more, like
Yeah,
so
yeah.
people can subscribe and
Yeah.
pay more.
You don't have an
I don't do
OnlyFans.
that. You just said it again.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm just very curious about how you transitioned from being a baseball journalist to working in the JV industry. I mean, that's quite a career change.
That's a bit of a jump.
True.
I think that's a standard promotion, as far as I remember.
I changed from working at the BBC to doing YouTube. I thought that was a big career shift, but that's nothing compared to you, I think.
I mean, I've always loved writing, so like I still do. Actually, my physical book is coming out.
Your memoirs, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Not necessarily memoir. It's about, I think, as a reporter, like a report of JV industry.
Oh,
Not everything about me.
Yeah.
Like, it's not necessarily an expose, but you can look and actually learn how much I made during this year too.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna put out all the what's that, like a legal paper, you had tax
wow,
paper, so like
nice.
it's like a definite thing.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
nobody can expose that much. Like it's about me, so
Yeah.
I guess it's okay.
That was a flawless transition to an ad,
Yeah.
by the way.
Yeah, and what's happening behind the,
Behind the scenes,
mosaic.
Right.
All right.
So,
Behind the
behind the mosaic.
That sounds like a Netflix documentary.
That's such
Behind
a
the
good title.
mosaic.
That's such a good title.
That'd be a good title for the book. Behind the mosaic.
Because I think I watched Joey's video yesterday before we did this, and I think he asked something similar. But I think we really want to know, like, how did you did you know someone that was in the industry? Was it like a Craigslist ad that you were like, oh, porn actress needed? Like, well, how did you find your way into that?
Actually, I tried to have an interesting part-time job because I was became teacher from a reporter. I got more free time, so I have a decent schedule. As a reporter, it's like 24/7 almost time.
Right.
But as a teacher, you have classes and that's it. So okay, I'm gonna have an interesting part-time job because
You were that teacher. You were that teacher with that shit.
No, I didn't mean to do anything
Wait, were you
sexual.
doing both at the same time at any point?
Not really.
Not
I think
really?
Not really.
Not really.
I think we had a photo shoot, but
okay.
once the DVD came out, I should just leave. Before parents find out. I wasn't teaching any young kids, but still.
So you started out doing photo shoots first, or was it?
Well, yeah, it was a gradual because if it comes out soon, then maybe your friends gonna find out soon, and maybe you wanna quit.
So,
so were you? So how did you even get the offer to do the photo shoots?
So I was just looking for interesting part-time job because my friend actually told me, who was working at this PR company, the gaming PR company.
Yeah.
Yes. And she said, I have this part-time job where I just jump in. It's nothing sexual.
It just sounds,
don't expect too much.
No. Just when your friend says, "I have this job," it's like, oh god.
Side job. Yeah. They got a mixer. We say gokon in Japanese.
Right.
Mixer.
The mixer.
And sometimes they don't have enough girls, so I fill in. And I just pretend I'm one of them.
Right.
She doesn't know anyone
Yeah.
at the party, but she just pretend she's one of them. She's a friend of them.
So to explain what a mixer is, it's kind of like a group dating session, but not really
It's
kind of thing.
It's like group speed dating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow, weird.
Yeah. It is really strange. Yeah. It's basically just three guys. Usually it's 3 guys, 3 girls, right? And
Even numbers.
Oh wait, I have heard of this
or
actually.
an even number, and it's okay, I'm gonna the girls just chat up all the boys, see which one's good. The boys chat up all the girls, see which one's
I'm
good.
too competitive.
And then they just okay, I'm gonna take her, I'm gonna take him, I'm gonna take her, kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's really weird. I've never done it.
I don't know. I've never done it either. That sounds like a lot of pressure.
That sounds like something you would do.
I know. No, I couldn't do that because I think I'd be like, "What do you mean all 3? If you didn't pick me, what are you?" I'm joking. By the way.
Kind of I'm gonna introduce you to my friends, kind of thing.
Okay,
but
makes
in
sense,
pro,
makes sense.
not just singular.
I'm not. I must sound like Dennis from Sunny in Philadelphia.
In everyone else's mind, it's just a social gathering. To you, it's like, how do I gamify this? How do I win? You've lost. You've lost. I need to win this. It's like, bro, chill, Connor. We're just trying to chat up some
I
girls.
turn everything into the Olympics. I'm
Nice.
like that guy who's like,
That's the
"Oh, it's a
spirit.
competition. Oh, okay."
Game on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My God.
Okay, so you did that job.
No,
Yeah.
my friend did that job. I saw
your
it.
friend did it.
That's
Okay, yeah.
interesting.
Right.
Pretending to be someone else.
Right.
So I'm gonna do something more interesting. And
Did you do it on purpose to one up your friend?
You're turning it into a competition.
Oh my God.
I always want something to write about.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Out of my experience, not
Yeah.
trying to I don't know, sneak into somebody's room and try to get information out of somebody, but
Right,
more
right.
I want to talk about myself so that I don't really have to hurt anyone.
Yeah.
So, there was a part-time job called trying out. Well, in Japanese, it was called Adult Good Monitor.
Adults
Good
good monitor?
Monitor, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys use the same meaning, monitor. It's just a testing adult goods.
okay.
So
We call that monitor in Japanese.
Oh.
So you were like a game tester but for adult toys. Basically.
No, I applied for that job, but then
Yeah.
like those companies who, let's say, like we're looking for girls, for people, for adult good monitor.
Right.
Those companies are always JB management company. So they just try to lure them in.
oh, that was like the fishing hook.
Yeah. If you're interested in that, then maybe like you get more money doing that.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, and then you were like, oh, sounds good.
I was like, I don't think that I would get hired. Like I wasn't that young. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
Right.
many JB actors sell themselves as 18 or 19.
Oh, wow.
Right.
Straight
But
away.
you know, they're actually like not underage, like
Oh, okay.
20, but
Okay.
they sell themselves as like younger
Makes sense, makes
course.
sense.
So I was like maybe it could be interesting. Like I should just see how
Right.
many offers I'm gonna get.
right.
And
Get
then
that ego
I
boost.
got
Okay, I see you. I see you.
nice. And then I got offers, like decent offer.
Right.
And then it was just I couldn't get out anymore.
And then it just opened the floodgates, and then you were in, and
Yeah,
then
like,
Like
at
a
that
Raid
time, like,
Shadow Legends sponsorship. They throw too much money at you, man.
lately things are more legal and okay, you know, but during
Oh,
back
sketchy
then
back then.
it was more sketchy, definitely.
okay.
Right.
Yeah, they were
That's
yeah.
really interesting, actually. Just I didn't realize that they like hired people like that because it's
Yeah, because I've always wondered, like, how, like, even in like the US as well, it's like,
Yeah.
how do they do it? Like, I'm sure in the US it's probably like a Craigslist ad, right? But I guess in Japan it's not really like that because I don't imagine like flipping through like a a part-time job magazine and being like, oh, okay.
I don't think it's like a Craigslist ad. I think you got to get like you got to have done a ton of tests done before you can even do anything.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
think there's a lot of that.
Yeah,
But-
there's also another way, but I wrote that everything in my book, which
yeah.
I
Yeah. You
hope
wanna keep
is gonna
secret?
come
Okay.
in English, but I don't really have to keep it secret. I mean, like, there are people called scout man, like scouting.
right.
Oh,
So
okay.
if you know at least one scout and he's gonna lead you to one management company,
Okay.
it's kind of like agencies, but we never work individually in Japan. I guess in the state they're more like free agents.
Yeah.
Right. So is it like kind of like how an idol agency works then?
Definitely.
Because I saw that you were like in a JV idol group as well. Like what was that about?
I hated that. I hated that.
Spill that tea.
I never asked for that. Like,
Got to get some tea so you can
Wait,
just
so
spill
your
it.
agency was like, oh, you're in an idol group now.
no, like you're happy, right? Like you're doing something beside porn, so like you're happy, right? I hated that attitude too, right? You know?
Right. Yeah.
You should be grateful that we put you
Yeah.
in something you hate.
But I never asked. Like I'm not an idol type. You know?
Yeah, what was that like? Because I don't know anything about it. So like, what was that about? Like, what did you have to do with that?
I just sing a cover song.
you
It wasn't
sing?
even an original song.
Oh,
so
Right.
How,
I
how
don't
many
know
of
if
you
I'm-
were there?
At some point, it became more than 15, and just too
Jesus.
many.
Oh my god.
Because I was imagining like 3 or 4.
Yeah, I think idol groups here are like more.
No.
We need more.
Because at the time, AKB48
Right.
was huge.
Yeah,
so,
yeah,
like, we
yeah.
got more and more.
They're like, wait, so if we get 49, it's
Yeah.
unstoppable.
No,
I'm
because
sure-
AKB48 isn't there
no,
like 200?
I'm sure they
There's
wanted
actually,
to.
like,
I'm
there's
sure they wanted to
understudies.
make it to 69, but but just too many. Just too many.
That would be
I join an idol group if it's part of the 69. That sounds fun.
Yeah.
Dude, that would be such an amazing conversation starter, right? It's like, dude, my favorite idol group.
Maybe TKY 69, like Tokyo, or Roppongi. I don't
The
know.
69%.
No.
So wait, how long did you have to do that for?
Only for a couple months, I guess, because I started being busy. I
Yeah.
became like a freelance as an actress. Like sometimes some actresses, of course, like in the US, like you are contracted to do only with what was the name of the company? I forgot.
Like Brazzers?
Oh yeah, Brussels.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
actually it.
But sometimes like you're contracted, but
Right.
I got free from the contract, so like I could just shoot as many as I want.
Okay.
Yeah, because I remember in the interview, I think I asked, like, at the peak of your career, how often were you doing it? And I think you said you were doing a shoot like every 2 days or something, right?
That was exhausting. Sometimes like 3 days in a row.
3 days.
What?
It was like I think you said like 15. Like it was, I think it was like 15
more
shoots
than
in a month,
15, yeah.
something like that.
That was
Oh my God.
exhausting.
Is it even like fun at all at that point, or is it just like you're just like fuck? All right,
It
fine.
started
fuck.
becoming fun when it became a routine. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like
Okay.
I've done all the different situations. Like I was a MILF at some point, you know.
Right,
Oh, you're like, oh, that situation. Yeah, got it.
Yeah, or in a TR, like, oh, I've done that already, you know. Some like time stopping thing, like time
Yeah.
stopping.
Yeah, that's so weird.
I will never
know.
understand time stop. Like I don't know why.
No,
that-
it's like why do you want to suddenly become Dio or something? You know, like, how does that? How do you watch JoJo and like I want to jack off to this right now?
I mean,
it's like a Dio Dojin, right? It's like if Dio was like hella horny and he's just like Sawara.
have you seen those fan art where they like draw Dio and Jonathan as like the 16th chapel like artwork, like the way he's like the god, like
Oh no, yeah.
I
I
love
have.
those art. It's like yes. What I want to know is like how, because if someone was like, Connor, do you want to do porn? And I was like, yeah, sure. How do you adjust your mindset to being like, all right, okay, I gotta do this? Like, or were you just like, oh yeah, sure, okay, and you just did it?
In the beginning, I was just curious. Like my curiosity was overflowing, so I was
Yeah,
like, let's go. Like I'm so excited. But in the beginning, I had to play a role of like very modest, very shy.
Like the innocent girl, right?
Yeah, like I only had sex with a guy a couple times, you know, kind of thing.
Right,
Like,
right.
That wasn't me, but then, by the way. So I couldn't say anything. Like I could just mutter like,
Just be that kudere girl in
I shouldn't
anime.
say anything. I shouldn't say any vulgar words.
Ah,
yeah.
okay.
Right.
Like I don't know how to respond. Like maybe can I just say it's good, or like I shouldn't want more, but I should just be reciprocated.
You just have to like act like the inexperienced one, right? Yeah, like that's always a thing. Like I've noticed that like if there are any new JOV actresses that come onto the scene, that's almost always the first one that they do.
Yeah.
And I think you were saying as well, like the first couple of ones are like the highest paying, right? For some reason. I don't know why. You'd think that the more you do, the more you get paid.
Yeah.
But it's the opposite in the JV industry,
It's the
right?
opposite.
Yeah.
Unless like you start doing something more, like, you know, the back door or
Right.
So every time you do something new, it's like paid more.
Yeah.
Oh,
Get
okay.
paid more.
Because like the first time I see that makes
First time
sense.
is always the best time for them. At least.
Actually, I have a question. You said you were in different scenarios and acted different characters. Do you have a script, or do you have to like ad lib everything?
Sometimes we have a script, but rarely we
That
just
must
have
be-
to ad lib.
It must be so annoying having a script. You're like, I just want to do it. I don't want to read this. Let me just say shit. I know what I'm doing.
And especially for sex scene, like they don't have a script at all. Then maybe
Yeah.
in a script it's set a position and that's it. Like,
Right.
Like ratio 69, like just eat it.
Do not go longer than 3 minutes 30 on doggy, or we're canceling the shoot.
Like 45 minutes in total. Like that's it. So,
Right. And do you have to remember that, or does like the other actor have to remember that?
in the beginning, because like I was just reciprocating, like
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
have to do anything.
Right,
Like my director didn't want me to read the script because
Right.
that could be like too much acting. So
Right.
I would have just loved if you were just like in the position and they just like busted out the script. All right, I know
What's my line again?
my line? Kimochi, is that it? Okay, yeah. All right, got it.
But if you become like what they call veteran,
Right.
yeah, experience,
Yeah.
then you have to be a cougar or you have to be the aggressive one. Yeah.
So your role changed over time the more
Yeah.
you're in the industry
So
then.
I have to actually learn how to say vulgar or like vulgar language. Yeah. I actually took a note. Like how to speak dirty. Like, you know, what
The vulgar word notebook.
so I wrote every single onomatopoeia I could come up with, like, you know, to like describe. Like I read a lot of ecchi manga like to
Oh my god,
Yeah.
you actually use manga as your source material. Oh no.
manga is God.
Isn't that so ironic that like there's essentially like a loop going on, right? It's like
Yeah.
because I guarantee that ecchi manga artists learn how to say these things from
Yeah.
JAV.
From JAV.
And JAV actresses use
Yeah.
that. It's just like
I
a
actually
cycle.
used them. It's a recycle. It's a good recycle.
That's so funny.
You're just going green.
Whereas in like English porn, if you're just Australian, you're like, that's it, that's the script. Just keep calling him a
What's your
cow.
nationality? Okay, just use that. As
Yeah,
a
just
script.
keep talking to him like he's a close friend.
You know what? I watched this U.S. porn. There was. What was that? Avengers. It was about Avengers. But in Japanese, it was called Hamenjas. I don't know the US title, if it was a pun or something. But the look was amazing. They were all dressed in like Hulk was Hulk.
There's
like,
so
really
many
cool.
horrifying ones.
Yeah.
Have you seen the SpongeBob one? There's a SpongeBob porno.
I've seen this one.
It's horrifying.
Yeah.
SpongeBob, I'll show you later. It looks disgusting.
There's also the Pokemon one as well.
Oh,
Strokemon.
And they have a Squirtle.
No, it's Pikachu.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I'm just curious.
It should have been Squirtle, right? But no, it was Pikachu, but like the girl was
It's
Pikachu.
horrible. They
Like-
put this woman in like full yellow body paint and it's disgusting.
Like you
that
would
sounds
think, Like you would
horrible.
think
Oh.
it's like, okay, there's Misty, right? So it's perfect. That's the actress,
Yeah.
right? And like maybe Ash and Brock.
no, she's called Fisty.
Fisty.
And I think they changed Brock.
Brock the cock.
Just cock.
And Ash is Gash. But like you'd think that it's Misty, right? And it's
Yeah.
like perfect scenario. And like I don't know, maybe Pikachu watched from the sideline. No, they made the girl Pikachu. So it's Brock, Cock, and Ash.
We are not getting ads on this episode.
Hey, follow us on Patreon. And they're just like doing it with Pikachu, and I'm just like, why? It would have been fine if you just did it with Misty.
It's
Why
so
did you have to do it with a
disgusting.
Pokemon?
Who's ever seen a Pikachu and gone, I want to fuck that?
There's a lot on
Yeah.
the internet.
I mean, I know.
You clearly haven't like seen the furry community. Right?
No, exactly right. No, so like as a professional, as a true professional, what is your opinion on like the Western porn industry compared to Japan?
When I
Then?
watched the Avengers, you know,
Yeah.
I was like,
I don't know if that's
I
indicative
was
of all
just-
porn in
I
there.
was so shocked at how much they didn't do script-wise. Like they had a drama scene and that's it. Like for sex, like they didn't do anything. Like they didn't say anything related to the story.
I don't think Westerners care.
Yeah.
It was just, oh, that's it. Like, I'm gonna come. Like, that's it. Like, it's just that had nothing. That was like people at Halloween. You know what I mean?
They're not even acting. This isn't professionalism.
To be fair, when you've seen the way they act in some of these pornos, you're like, no, I really don't want you to act. I really don't.
Yeah, some of these actors are
What is
not
it?
acting.
The bathtub one? That's the one. Shark. There's a shark in the bathtub. Have you not seen that one?
Get out of the water, there's a shark! What? A shark? Get out of the water! Shark? There's a shark in the water!
Wait, there's no shark in the bathtub.
Aren't you glad you had a lifeguard here to save you?
Have you seen that?
I've seen that.
Yeah, you. there's
Working in a bathtub.
there's a one
That's
where
Spielberg.
like the Jaws parody, and there's a guy in a bathtub, and a woman comes in, obviously looking very sexy, and like, there's a shark in your bathtub, and he's like, no, there is. It's really dumb. It's very dumb. Everyone who's seen it is like, oh yeah, it's cursed.
Yeah.
I'll show you two later.
There's
Wow.
so many memes of just like bad porn acting that it's just become like a joke
Yeah.
in over like there's like YouTube channels that are dedicated to just uploading badly acted
Yeah,
porn
yeah.
So
scenes.
about the Pikachu one, does the actress say like Pikachu?
yeah, it's
yeah.
really,
Oh, wow.
it's really disgusting.
The entire time
Oh my
that
God.
Pikachu is getting boned,
I cannot
all she
see
says is
that.
Pika Pika.
Pikachu like surprise face meme like anymore. Like just, that's gonna look like old face meme. Like, oh my God.
Pikachu's surprise. That's what my butthole looks like.
Oh no.
It's pretty
It's
cursed.
so gross because like she's full body paint, but then they like spread, and it's like, oh
Yeah.
no.
No.
Yeah, it's pretty nasty.
Courtesy of Aki for showing me that.
Oh yeah. Aki finds all the weird
my
porn.
God.
Yeah, she showed me that one. She also
Wow.
showed me like there was a Spider-Man one as
there's
well.
the-
That was
everything,
really, yeah,
everything.
It was really bad. There was also Barack Obama one, I remember.
Wait. Do they do?
Yeah.
Do they do porn parodies in Japan?
We cannot do that. I mean, like, sometimes we try to do it, but sometimes we have to take it back.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
there are
yeah.
some parodies ones.
Because of the fair use thing, right? Yeah, because fair use is not a thing. So much so that not even porn can like parody it.
Well, like I've seen a lot of like cosplay porn.
Oh, yeah.
Does that count as parody or
Yes,
is that?
but like sometimes
Great
some company, the publishing company, like say like, no, don't do that.
Oh,
And then
okay.
they have to take back something.
yeah.
They were okay with Fate because Fate.
That makes sense. Why all the cosplays I've seen is just fake because Fate's like, yeah, we want the porn. This is how people get into our game.
How it got started, right?
Yeah,
That makes
exactly.
sense, yeah, I mean
What-
that's why there's
yeah.
so much Type Moon dojins as well, right? Because Type Moon's just like, yes, but
We wanna
give us all the porn.
We want to see another Saber getting fucked so we can sell more Sabers.
Saber having sex with Saber, the class or the character? You don't know. Sorry, not a funny joke.
Did you ever do like any of that kind of stuff? Like, did you ever do cosplay stuff?
Only cosplay. I never got around to do the parody.
Yeah.
Like for parody, if your actress name is too strong, like too well known, and that can just, I don't know, that can be a nuisance in a way.
Okay.
Like
Right.
people are just
Because they don't see,
distracted,
they don't see the character. They
See
see
The
you.
actors, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. So, like, how did you then decide to go after you retired? How did you decide to then go from that to like cosplay stuff?
Right. I actually loved cosplaying because I look totally different. Like,
Yeah.
I think my first decent cosplay was Danua from
From
Yeah.
from who?
from what was that? What's that thing? Which one was that?
What was the character name?
Danua.
Danua.
Joey doesn't know something.
I don't know either.
Something fantasy. I forgot.
What's okay? Describe the anime. What's the anime
what's
about?
the
It's a game. It's a game.
Oh, it's
kinda
a game.
It's kind of like Fit. I mean,
Yeah, that-
no, Brew. Grand Brew Fantasy.
Ah, okay.
There are
okay.
just too many characters. I forgot. Oh.
Yeah.
What is Fate or? Like,
It's one of those gacha
technically,
games.
yeah.
Yeah, it's one
which
of those.
game? Which game was that?
yeah.
Danua from like with horns.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, at that time, because I have to shoot so many times in
Yeah.
advance, so I didn't have time to catch up on any anime. So maybe just one. Like I've been always following like Detective Conan cases.
Right. Yeah.
I know you're a massive fan of Detective Conan. Like every time I like see your Instagram stories, there's usually something to do with Detective Conan comes up. Because like, how many times have you been to the Conan cafe and stuff like that?
I tried to go there for the third time this year,
Yeah.
and then coronavirus hit.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a refund too.
That's good.
So what was like the breaking point when you decided, okay, I really want to get out of this industry now. I want to retire.
Because it became a routine. Like I want something new in my life. I want to feel
You
new
just got
every
bored
day.
of it.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
me.
And I also want to change my look every single day.
Yeah.
What cosplay is great. Like I love manga and anime.
Yeah.
Like forever. Like I'm thinking maybe in the future more and more.
Yeah.
So I want to try different cosplay. I didn't want to loot them too much. I didn't really want when they started like taking all the cosplays. Like just let me keep the cosplay.
Yeah.
Don't like put it off. Like ruin it.
You do see some cosplays on Twitter that is like, it's this cosplay and it's like 2 pieces of material. It's
Yeah.
like, what?
Or it's not even that. Sometimes it's like, I'm cosplaying 02 from
it's just
Darling in the
it's a
Franxx. It's
wig.
just the wig. And then nothing
I
else.
know.
I'm like, great cosplay.
I mean that's on point for the cosplay because she is naked for like the first on the first episode. That's literally how a character gets
Right.
introduced.
That was my bad. That was my bad. Yeah, because I remember in the interview that we did when I was talking about like the cosplay stuff, I remember you said something really funny, which is like your favorite characters in any show is usually the characters that have really small breasts, and that you feel sad because you can't cosplay
I
them.
always go for frats. So,
Yeah. So I think you were saying like you cosplayed Ram from ReZero.
Yes.
Right.
But your favorite character was
Bearco.
from Beatrice, right?
Beatrice.
Another
I can
Beatrice
never-
stand. Yes.
Yeah, see, she likes
Yes.
Yeah.
High five.
I'm surrounded by 3 people. How did we find the 3 people on Earth? The only 3 people who like
You're
Beatrice.
gonna join.
No,
Join our
no, it's
No, he's a normie.
Rem.
He's like I like Rem.
Rem.
I like
I'm Rem or die, man. Like no in between.
Yeah.
I loved wearing my Rem cosplay as well. I love wearing female cosplays. I feel like that people have figured that out by now. I don't know why. It's so freeing, Like especially skirts. Skirts, you get so much movement. You know what I mean? Not that I want to ever wear these.
Maximum efficiency.
But like when I'm filming a video and I'm like clowning around, I'm like, oh wait, hold up! Like you can actually like fully stretch, and jeans are too constricting.
I feel the breeze on my balls.
yeah.
It's so liberating.
I think the reason I ever interacted with you is because you posted your Hestia cosplay,
Oh yeah.
and then I was like,
and you posted back.
You posted your
go.
like the fucking like gone before his hair gets out.
that was mad JoJo like vibes.
Yeah.
coming
Yeah,
out of
yeah.
that photo. Yeah.
I'll have to get you on one of the videos to judge my cosplay sometime. Be good.
Yeah,
I'd
you're
love
getting
to.
a professional cosplayer to judge your
Yeah, that'd
Yeah,
be great.
yeah.
Yeah, you could tell me how bad I am. I mean, they just clown on me for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, I've been on that show. I've been on his like series twice now, and it's man. I've never had to like bleach my eyes like faster.
Didn't you get hives, or Aki got hives from one of the cosplays?
Yeah, one of the wigs you bought, I guess, was like really dirty because he bought it from like a Chinese website.
I buy the cheapest stuff I can find.
He buys like
What's
really
hives?
cheap
I
stuff.
understand.
It's like a skin rash.
Oh, okay.
UK, it's called something else, I
Yeah,
think.
but I put it on in the video just because I thought it was funny, and then the next day I just had hives on my neck, and I'm just like,
Stay
Connor.
till next day.
Yeah, it was just like I was like, oh god, what's this? And then I thought about it. I'm like, how did I get this? Is it like bed bugs or
Coming to
something?
my house
and
once.
then I thought back. I'm like, oh, it's that fucking wig.
Those are disgusting. Because do you make your own, or do you get them
Yes.
commissioned? You'll make them.
No. Sometimes I don't make on my own.
Yeah.
I ask
Right.
someone to make one for
Right,
me.
right.
Or sometimes I just order on Amazon if it good. Well, there are a lot of knockoffs
It's-
on
yeah.
Amazon.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I
Because
wouldn't
even on
recommend.
Amazon, they're all, I think, rerouted through
Yeah.
like China. Because it's
Yeah.
like
I
it's like
know.
Amazon Japan, and then it's like 3 to 4 weeks.
Yeah. This
Yeah.
sounds a bit suspicious.
Yeah, a lot of them are just awful. Because I
Yeah.
remember my arm was like red here, and I was like, oh yeah, that is weird. That was
Yeah.
strange.
I was like, please throw it away.
Yeah, I normally throw most of them away.
Yeah.
But if it's just a small prop, and I just
Right,
order
right,
on
you can get
Amazon
it,
because
right.
it's a fast delivery. So
Right.
So do you keep all your cosplays?
sometimes I sell or I just give away at cons because I go to anime cons
Right.
in the
Right,
United States, and
right.
I don't want to carry all the cosplay back to Japan. So
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
That
I
makes
want-
sense. That makes sense.
I'm curious. Do you have any like convention horror stories? Because we
Horror
have. I
story?
know. Yeah, we have like.
we,
so
we,
many-
we have a lot.
Has no one ever like tried like step the boundary, ever do anything creepy to you at a convention?
Only at adult cons, like which I don't go anymore.
This is actually I wanted to talk about because when I was on YouTube searching clips, there are a lot from adult cons,
Yeah.
and people seem like overly like touchy at adult cons, and
I
they're
think
like.
it's okay.
Yeah,
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 And,
yeah.
and they're people just like, they go up to you and immediately like put their arm around you.
Yeah.
I hate it when people do that to me. I'm like, what are you doing? I don't know you.
Please don't touch me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And like it was just kind of odd seeing that, and then people were like, "Yeah, make out with each other," and it's like,
Ooh.
yeah. Like, how is the like difference between like is the adult con basically as bad as it looks?
It is. First of all, like in Japan, like all those events, like you can't even touch an idol or like a talent, like maybe
Right.
a handshake. That's why we have handshaking event.
Right, right,
Like,
right.
you get
Okay,
a
right.
handshake, you get
Yeah,
to
yeah.
feel her,
Yeah.
but hand is the only area you get to feel her. So
I'm never washing this hand ever again. Right? That's where that's come from. Yeah.
you're not even like we are not Westerners, so like you're not even supposed to like put a hand on
Yeah.
her shoulder
Yeah,
or
yeah.
not even on her hip.
Yeah.
I guess in the West I'm okay, like it's for taking photos together. Some people are very gentle when I try to like do air hand.
It's called hover hand. It's called
Oh.
hover hand. Yeah.
Nice thing.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah. I was like internally dying watching some of these clips, and people
Yeah.
would just go up to you and just start like touching, and I'm like, oh, if someone did that to me, I'd be like, oh.
I'll be like, this man's catching something.
Yeah.
Just smack him. Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird that for some reason, just because it's an adult convention, that they can just do
Yeah.
what they want.
Yeah.
Right?
I know they try to grab you like on like this area, chest area, or back area, like those.
Really?
Yeah, I know. And
Fuck. Did they ever get into trouble with it or anything like that? Or do you have to act like nothing happened and you
sometimes
really-
I just tell someone like that guy just touched me, and some people like ask nicely like, "Is it okay I touch your breast?" Like, it's nice that you ask, but no. But then they just try to be persistent. Some
but
people are persistent.
The problem is, right, is that they've calculated that it's a bit rude to just do it, but they haven't quite done the rest. They're like, oh, I probably shouldn't ask.
They actually offer.
You have to have some sense. to figure that out.
Excuse me, milady. Would it be okay if I
That's like the
pertain
same
and
logic
Yeah.
of like a child being like, if I say please, then maybe I can get the cookie.
So some people are persistent and they won't take no for an answer.
But they offer tip, like how much do I need to pay, like as a tip. And I just
It's like real life only
because like
fans.
some actresses in the West, like they take tips and they.
Oh, do
have
they?
to pay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know
Okay.
that.
But I was like, I don't have a culture of tipping, so like,
Yeah.
This episode of Trash Taste is sponsored by ExpressVPN.
ExpressVPN lets you access the internet as if you're from a different country, like Joey's in a different shirt.
Oh my god, and we're in a different position on the table. Ow, I hit my head.
Netflix has different shows and movies available depending on where you are. With ExpressVPN, you can unlock thousands of new shows and movies from streaming libraries around the globe.
Such as Star Trek's Discovery on Netflix UK, or Brooklyn Nine-Nine on Netflix Canada, or even Blackadder on Netflix UK. I like that show.
I actually really do like that show.
Yeah, it's a really good
It's a
show.
great show.
There might be hundreds of VPNs out there, but let me tell you, ExpressVPN, it hits different. It's so fast that you can stream everything in HD quality and not notice any kind of buffering or lag.
ExpressVPN be fast as fuck, boy. And not only that, ExpressVPN is available on every single device: phone, tablet, PC, smart TV, you name it.
ExpressVPN works with many streaming services such as Netflix, Amazon Prime, BBC iPlayer, YouTube.com, and Hentai Haven.
Before it got shut down.
No, I genuinely actually have to use a VPN to watch hentai. I'm not joking.
Not only that, but you can choose from almost 100 different countries. That's a lot of countries.
Why was that funny? It's so simple to use. Just fire up the ExpressVPN app, change your location, hit connect, and then refresh the page, and show or movie you want to watch will magically appear.
It's fucking pantomiming on the side.
Yeah, it's very distracting. I'm trying to line read the shit. Like, God fucking...
I mean, I think we all use ExpressVPN, right? Especially when watching anime. Like sites like Crunchyroll, kind of blocked in Japan. So
Yeah.
the best way is to just put on ExpressVPN. You get past that immediately.
Exactly. And if you use our link today, that's expressvpn.com/trashtaste, you can get an extra 3 free months of ExpressVPN for free.
That's expressvpn.com/trashtaste. Links down in the description below.
And now, back to the video, baby.
So obviously now that we've asked about adult cons and normal conventions, how is it from like Japanese conventions like Comiket to American
Right.
ones?
I get sometimes scared just watching some cosplayer getting like overwhelmed by those camera guys.
Yeah.
And they all take a low angle. Like sometimes they are
Yeah.
too close. Like
Yeah.
I feel like they're just taking photos of pores. Like, just
Yeah,
pores
yeah.
over
Yeah,
there.
right?
There's no. I've seen some videos,
The videos.
and then it just seems like locusts. You know, they kind of like gather around, and
Japanese conventions, by the way.
then they have no respect for like personal boundary a lot of the times, especially if someone's cosplaying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I saw a video of a cosplayer. I think last Comiket that was like
Right.
crying, breaking down.
Yeah.
It was the Chinese cosplay.
Right, right.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
She
Dudes were
wasn't
still
used to
taking
it,
pictures
so-
underneath, and it's
Yeah.
like she's crying. What is wrong with you?
I swear, like just I don't know, like there are every now and then I see like in US conventions as well, like some camera guys like try and
Oh, yeah?
use the
Yeah.
camera. I'm a cameraman excuse.
Right.
That's,
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
close,
Yeah.
But like nowhere near the Japanese.
Yeah.
It's definitely a mob mentality. Like, they all come together.
Everyone's together,
Yeah,
get away
yeah.
with it. Yeah.
It's like if like one cockroach is like, okay guys, it's safe, and then every other cockroach is like, all right, let's go in for the kill.
Oh my god.
But I never been to Japanese Comic-Con or like any event in cosplay because you're not allowed to cosplay outside in Japan.
I heard this, yeah.
Oh, okay.
You actually need to change at the event, like
Oh,
in some
okay.
kind of changing area. So that's
Why
just
is
too
that?
much.
Do you know why?
I guess like they got some complaint from neighbor areas.
Wow.
It's like I was just taking my dog for a walk, and this woman dressed up in
crazy.
Ram just like rocked
Yeah.
up, and I don't like that character.
That's crazy how people would complain about that.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
and
not good for the scenery or something like that.
you go to like LA during AX and it's literally just like within like a
No.
1 kilometer radius.
Yeah.
It's just-
There was that really funny video last AX of like, you know how in LA they started implementing the scooters that are like
yeah.
kind of like
yeah,
Yeah.
Bird scooters.
the ones that
Yeah.
you can just like pick up and go
Right.
and then drop off. And there was a video of a guy just full on Saitama from One Punch Man, just cruising down the road in a scooter. It was going so fast. And it was just really funny because everyone was just like, Did you see that?
I love that about like
Yeah, it's the-
AX
it's
and
the-
just conventions, right? Just seeing random cosplayers just out and about.
Walking into a Chick-fil-A and just seeing 80% of the people in cosplay is like some of the
Wow.
funniest things I've ever
Yeah.
seen.
There's obviously a lot of problems with American conventions, but like I do think they are my favorite ones because like it's
No.
such a fun atmosphere and most people understand that it's like, all right, we're having a good time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's all just
Like, don't
you know,
make
that-
things weird.
Yeah, don't make things weird, man. If you see each other in a Denny's,
Yeah.
All right, nice.
Yeah,
I see.
Exactly.
I think especially recently, people have definitely gotten more aware about checking each other and making sure
Yeah, it's really
they're
good.
not acting like an arsehole and everything like that. Because I remember before, about like 5-10 years ago, conventions just seemed to be operating on this other level.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah, it was just like it was
It's a
basically
lot
just an
smaller,
excuse,
right? And it's like orgies.
Yeah, basically, it was just like an organized orgy, essentially.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, everybody who is cosplaying in Inuyasha stuff, meet at the 10 p.m. orgy, at the Inuyasha orgy in this hotel room.
That's basically
Wow.
just all furry cons right now. just
Pretty much.
just well organized with a but a mess orgy.
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
that why like I see a lot of cosplay isn't consent? Like
yeah.
People are
Posters
touchy,
everywhere.
you know, and I know that there was, what was that thing a while back where people would, like, because in anime, they would always run up to each other and jump.
Glomping.
Glomping.
I never went to conventions during the glomp phase, but I
Yeah,
saw
yeah,
videos
yeah.
of it. I'm like, man, this
People
is
like full on running into each other.
yeah. This is like, man, I like my personal boundaries a lot of the times, you know. I like my
Right.
personal
Yeah,
space.
and I think with the general culture shift to being, you know, a lot more respectful, as it should
Yeah.
be, I think that's just kind of pushed it all.
Yeah, because I think that the big difference I heard about Japanese conventions, because I haven't been to Comic-Con yet, but I've heard that people just go to Comic-Con literally to shop. It's
Yeah.
literally you don't go for any events, you don't go for the convention itself. It's literally you buy what you need and then you fuck off.
Yeah, it's
But with-
basically just like getting heads first on the latest doujin from
Yeah.
like, your favorite
Right.
Yeah.
artist or whatever. And I'm like, I respect that. You know, I want first dibs on it. Yeah.
and you need to prepare a lot of coins because they only take cash. So
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
I've never been either, but I don't want to go to Summer Comic-Con.
Yeah, that sounds
No.
like hell.
I've always wanted to go to Winter Comic-Con, but the problem is I'm never in Japan when Winter Comic-Con is on.
Oh, right.
Because I usually go to the
end of
US
the year.
or like go back to
Yeah.
Australia to go see my family for Christmas, right? But I think Winter Comic-Con seems a lot more fun. I mean, summer just seems like summer here, just outside. It's just unbearable
in
in general.
Japan in general, it's
Yeah.
just too
Let alone
humid.
you go into.
Do you ever get used to it? Sorry, I
No,
interrupted you.
it
That's
just comes back like every single year. Like I say, oh, it's Japan. Like it just, yeah, we live here. we gotta get used
I'm
to
just
it.
dying right now. I hate
know.
it. I'm so pale. Like I was not made for anything above like 20 Celsius, right? Anything above 20, and I'm like AC. So like I can't handle this. This is horrible.
Oh.
I wanted to leave, but obviously we can't leave.
I mean, I can handle the heat because you know Australia gets really freaking hot in
Yeah.
the summer. But like where I'm from, there's zero humidity,
Oh.
and so it's not the heat that kills me; it's the humidity. It's
awful.
It's the
Yeah.
fact that
Right.
you walk
I
outside and
know.
it feels like you're standing in front of a heater, like
You know,
the
and
entire
you
time.
feel disgusted by yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
just like, ugh, I'm all sticky and everything. It's, ugh.
It's like a metal solid game. I just got to plan every one of my movements to make sure I'm always in cover. You know, I'm getting to shade. Right? Where's my box?
Oh my god.
Like me and Connor have the complete opposite taste when it comes to weather.
Yeah.
I love sunshine. I love heat. And Connor, I remember Connor told me that his favorite weather like pattern is just cloudy
Yeah.
and cold. And I'm just like, man, that sounds so dreary to me. That makes me so depressed. Because when I wake up and I see a cloudy day, I remember I just imagine Connor waking up with a smile and it just makes me feel worse.
You know those days where all you wanted to do was play video games? When you wake up and you were going to play video games all day and it's raining outside, you're like, yes.
I understand
Yeah,
that.
because you're like, no one's going to ask me. It's a nice day. Go outside. No, I'm playing video games, mother.
I just need sunshine. Sometimes when it's sunny, I just message Connor being like, "Ain't it a beautiful day, Connor? Ain't it a beautiful fucking day today?"
Just to annoy him.
I'm there just like sweating at my desk. Like, I hate this. I hate this so much. Because in the UK, we don't have AC. It's like not a thing. Because it normally never used to get hot enough where you would
Yeah.
need it. There's only like 1 or 2 days a year, right?
Even though the one year that we went to go visit you guys, it was like
It was
Well,
like the
it's-
heat wave that lasted a month.
Yeah.
It's been
Whoa.
like that a lot recently. And
yeah.
so like you've got these houses that are designed to keep in heat, no
Yeah.
AC. It's normally hotter inside your house, like 35 degrees. It's hell.
Yeah.
I hated it so much. I was like in tears every day. I'm like, I just can't do it. I can't be here anymore.
How is the weather in Thailand?
It's kind of similar to what we have now. So it's like very hot, very humid,
but like all year round, right?
but all year round.
Right.
But like
Basic-
our homes are kind of designed for it. Like we have like very thin walls and everything, so it's designed to let as much heat out as possible. And there's AC everywhere you go as well.
Great.
So
It's unfair. You maxed the Thai skill tree. Whereas I went down just the British. I don't even know what you get in the British skill tree. Just poor taste in food. Unfair.
This is just out of nowhere question, but how is milk in each country? I mean, like I've been told by my friend in California that we're just talking about Baskin Robbins because
Right.
like we have always each year they have Pokemon collaboration at Baskin Robbins.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but he was complaining that milk here or ice cream here is too heavy because of the milk. Because we use whole milk. So
Right,
in
right.
California, they prefer low fat or
Grass-fed
non-fat.
milk.
Organic grass-fed.
I didn't notice that because I realized now when you told me that the other day, I was like, wait, there's never any like semi-skinned or like no-fat milk option
You
here.
can order at Starbucks, but and
You
some
can
coffee.
buy low-fat milk though in
Yeah.
supermarkets.
Can
If you
you?
like,
I never see it.
The supermarket near my house has like skim milk, low-fat milk, like high calcium milk, stuff like that. But
I always wondered, I was like, why does milk taste so like rich when I came here? I'm like, this is weird. Like
it's that 100%
I
cream
I
stuff,
always
right?
get like
Yeah.
the half
Yeah.
facts. I'm like, I'm
I like the thick stuff because like in Australia.
Why are you laughing over there? He likes the thick stuff, Luke.
I like my dummy thick
I
milk,
like my
all right?
dummy thick milk because like in Australia as well, like we didn't really have a whole. It's like Japan, like we don't really have a whole variety of milk. Right? We have the full cream stuff
Yeah.
and the low fat stuff, but it's not like America where it's like, would you like 1%, 2%, 5%, 10%? It's like just give me milk. I just want milk.
No, because I haven't noticed much of a difference because I don't normally, I don't know, I only have milk with my coffee.
Yeah.
So, and I don't eat ice cream too often either. So
I'm not a fan of soft serve, and that seems to be like the most popular thing.
I really like
love
soft serve.
It's too milky. If I want milk, I'll just drink milk. I want ice cream, not ice cream that tastes like
Right.
milk.
Well, then just don't get like the vanilla flavored stuff. Then get like the weirder soft serve.
Yeah,
Right.
true. Like matcha soft
Yeah.
serve's pretty good, but like just normal
Matcha
vanilla.
or like black sesame is really good.
But vanilla's my favorite flavor of ice cream, so
Well, then stop complaining.
I'm just saying.
Just eat your damn
Why-
soft
Okay,
serve.
in Japan as well, right? For some reason, Baskin Robbins is referred to as 31. Why?
Yeah. Yeah.
What's up with that? Who
Baskin.
made this?
It's because Baskin
know.
Robbins, I think, might be like too difficult
Yeah,
to
it's
pronounce.
too long.
Because I remember I showed my Japanese cousin, right? Because she loves 31 ice cream. 31, as they call it.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, and when I heard her first say that, I was like, 31, what's that? That must be like a Japanese brand or something,
Right.
right? That I don't know. I'm like, yeah, let's go to 31 ice cream. And I went, and it's a Baskin Robbins. And I was
freaking
like,
Baskin
yeah, it's just a fucking Baskin Robbins. And I'm just like, oh, you mean Baskin Robbins? Yeah, we have that. She's like, Baskin what? And I'm like, it says it right there in English.
We just highlight the 31
Yeah,
part.
it's- If anything, it's harder to see the 31 than you see the Baskin
no,
Robbins.
because the katakana is it just says
31.
31.
Yeah, but I'm like, do you clearly not see that on either side of the 3 and the 1, it says Baskin Robbins? And she's like, oh my God, I never saw that. I'm like, it's like 31 is like 5% of the logo.
It's crazy.
And you're just completely disregarding
Yeah.
the other 95% of the logo. Yeah, it's, I don't know. The Japanese love to do that though, don't they? They love to
Yeah.
like take Western brands but completely change the name of it just to like fit their like way of things. Like I love how in Japan they don't call Mercedes-Benz Mercedes-Benz, right? They just call it Benz,
Oh,
right?
Vince.
Ben's
Yeah.
ice cream?
Because
You know what they call them? Mercedes-Benz in Japan?
Oh, yeah. Mercedes.
Yeah, because they can't pronounce Mercedes. Because when I
Right.
That
said that, I
makes
was
sense.
like, they were like, what? Oh, what is Benz? Like, is Benz is an acronym? What? Like, Benz is short for something? And I'm like, yeah, it's Mercedes-Benz. And their
wanna-
minds were just blown. They were like, Mercedes? Where did that come
I want
from?
to know the conversation where Mercedes-Benz came up. That feels like a code word for like something I would never say. Like, if I need help, Mercedes-Benz.
No, because it was in the same conversation of when I taught my cousin that 31 is called Baskin
Ah,
Robbins.
okay.
Just speed running the
Yeah.
the-
And so,
yeah.
so I had to like make sure. I was like, okay, what do you call Mercedes-Benz? Because I guess I just saw a Mercedes-Benz.
What do you call a quarter pounder with cheese?
Royale with cheese.
But lately, we try to keep the same name, like Ben and Jerry's. Kind of like
Yeah.
you guys try to keep. I mean, not you guys, but like
Yeah,
anime
yeah.
in general.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
used to be just for kids, but now like we have the same title, we have the same OPs and ending songs.
Yeah.
What do you think about like the other way? How like some anime series completely change the name of the anime to fit like the American way?
Right.
Like what do you think about how Detective Conan is called Case
Case
Closed?
closed. I understand like Conan, the name Conan is just it means
It is, isn't it? Why?
Yeah, why
Why?
not just Detective Conan?
it's because of the
Was it-
hostage too famous in the state, right? The Conan,
hostage?
Oh,
Yeah,
Conan.
the show- yeah.
Oh, yeah. The talk show host.
Yeah,
Talk
talk
show
show
host.
host.
Detective
and also
Conan.
like the character's name that Schwarzenegger played back in
Conan the
that
Barbarian.
90s. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because people have Conan as those
that's
images.
okay. That's fair enough. I mean,
Right.
at the time, I think it was coming around. They were really big.
Detective Conan O'Brien. I want to see that
I
now.
want to see that short where he comes. Detective Conan.
And we have to change the name of a certain child book. Was it from Germany? I forgot. Called, in Japan, we called him Tantan.
Tantan.
Yeah, Tantan is a boy who got a dog with him.
Oh, it's Tintin?
Oh, yes. But
Yeah.
Tintin sounds
Oh,
like a
okay, yeah.
male genitalia in Japan, in Japanese. So
Yeah.
that's why.
Oh yeah, I know that.
Yeah.
I mean, that makes sense. Though.
Right.
Like,
So we got our own reasons.
That's what like me and my Japanese friends used to like refer to the male genitalia as just like as a joke because we didn't
Right.
want to say like the actual thing in public. So when we're in public, we would just be like Tintin.
I'm curious because you've obviously been an anime and manga fan like your whole
Yeah.
life, right? What do you think about? I mean, especially recently in the West, it's gotten really popular, right? And people like everyone's like, yeah, I love anime, right?
Yeah.
Like, what do you think of? I guess it getting bigger and all that.
I'm happy. At first I saw some anime titles that Western people know must be only Naruto and Dragon Ball, and that's it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not true. Like they actually know, and like, they actually get to watch the same title at the same time
Yeah.
with English sub.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, a large majority of anime fans still only watch like Naruto and Dragon
That's
Ball,
a huge,
right?
huge group.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, some people never get out of that phase,
Yeah.
and then some people, they just watch everything.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
me, I guess.
But before it was like, yeah, as you said, like before, I think the general like idea of a Western anime fan was like, yeah, I love Naruto, I love Dragon Ball, I love One Piece, right? And then that was it.
What was like the first US con you went to, or your first experience
It
of?
was actually AX, so the biggest one.
Oh, okay, wow.
That's a
Yeah.
con to go to.
I don't even think AX really counts as. It's not really representative of a lot of other US conventions
Yeah,
because
that's
true.
AX is so big that it's a whole different experience from
We
most
got
other
a lot of like
conventions.
Japanese industry people, so
Yeah,
you
yeah.
hear a lot of Japanese at AX.
Oh yeah,
so.
yeah, definitely. Have you ever been to like the smaller cons?
Yes,
as
I
well?
have. So that was completely different. Some cons are just fun based.
Right.
Yeah,
No
yeah.
industry people there.
Yeah,
Very
yeah.
unorganized. Every single time I've been a guest at a con, something has gone like horribly wrong with like
Oh.
my flight, my hotel.
What?
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
I think I've been pretty lucky. I've had like a few cons where it was like horrible. But a lot of the times, like especially the smaller cons, I have more fun at a smaller con than
Yeah,
say
I
like,
love-
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love when if I get there, you
Yeah.
know,
Right.
like one time, this con booked me like months in advance, and I
Right.
don't think they'd ever had an international guest. So I told them like, hey, you should like book flights soon because like you're in the middle of nowhere in the US.
Right.
It was like in Indiana.
right,
Right.
right,
I was like, yeah, you need to book flights because like they don't happen a lot from the UK, and they didn't until like 1 week before.
What?
And then I had to go on like a 35-hour flight path.
35.
Yeah, where it should have been a 14 at most, right?
Yeah.
That was the cheapest flight they could.
That
book.
was the cheapest one, and I asked them. I was like, "How much was the other one that was like? I think it was like 12 hours.
Right, right.
Still long.
Yeah.
Flight path." And they were like, "Oh, it was $150 more." And I'm like, "Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?"
Why did you agree to this?
I already signed the contract before that because they said they were going to buy the flights, and I thought they wouldn't do that to me. They wouldn't.
But you were
that's-
yes, you're
That's a real moment
Yeah,
there.
they wouldn't expect me to turn up on my flight and then immediately do a panel within 30 minutes of arriving, and they did. They expected me to do that.
Before. I've done that before.
So and the worst part is they booked me a hotel the
Yeah.
night before that I missed because of the 35-hour flight path, and I'm pretty sure that hotel room cost more than $150. So, fuck you, that con. Yeah, that was
Every con's in Indiana now. It's just like sweating, like.
I've been to a bunch in Indiana, and I've had a lot of the worst experiences at that one con.
Why is it Indiana of all states?
I don't know why. I've been to a lot of cons in Indiana for some reason.
I went to one in
Interesting.
Indiana,
Yeah,
which
Indie
was
Popcorn.
Indie
I went to that
Popcorn,
as
and
well.
that one was actually quite fun. Yeah, I had a lot of fun with that. But that one wasn't really, well, first, it wasn't really like an anime convention. It was more like a YouTuber convention.
Oh,
So
Yeah.
I think
I
they were
see.
a lot more used to getting
Right.
all sorts of overseas guests.
Yeah, yeah.
out.
Was your agent doing all of that for you when the cons, or was it you negotiating with them?
At AX, I was just an industry guest, so I was just
Right.
at a booth
Right,
with other
right,
people.
right.
But at a smaller con, I was a guest, so I got somebody from the con with me all the time.
Right.
Oh, you got a handler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like because I spoke English, they were just like left me to my own devices. They were like, "Fuck it, just turn up.
Yeah.
We just expect you to be here."
No, I remember my first time like being a proper guest at a convention. I think it was like Crunchyroll Expo because I had been guest before, but I remember that my first experience at Crunchyroll Expo, they gave me a handler and had no experience.
Like, what I do with
like,
you?
like he would just follow me around, and I would just feel so awkward. I would just be like.
Can you not?
I literally had to ask him to like, okay, can you just chill? Like I'm not like, because I've heard a lot of horror stories, so I get it now. But back then it was my first experience, so I'm just like, dude, can you just leave me alone? I'm all good. I don't need any help. I'm just walking around the con
I felt
floor.
bad every time I wanted to go to the bathroom because like they had to follow me, and I'm sorry, I have a small brother. Sorry, I want to go again.
Yeah.
Yeah, so no, I'm just very used to being left to my own devices as well because
I think it's a very British thing as well. You're like, I don't want someone helping me. I can do it on my own. Anyway.
Wow.
I mean, I think it's because I've had like kind of my fair share of like really good handlers and just really useless handlers.
Yeah,
now that, like I'm a little bit better to like I know how to use my handler now, right? Like I know how, that's what I'm saying.
I know how to use you and abuse you if I know.
Joey knows.
I know how to maximize my handler, right? Like. You know what I mean? Like you know,
I'm gonna min-max this shit.
Joey turns up and he just gives him like a fucking 10-page survey. He's like, fill this out. I need to know.
Where is my Don Perignon when the moment I land? Come on, guys.
See, can I speak to you? And I'm like, this is bullshit. Joey's had really good experiences, and I feel like at least half of my like conventions that weren't like AX had like something massive.
It's really weird. Like, you know, you hear a lot of like horror stories about AX from a lot of different people. I don't think I've had like a horrible experience at AX.
No.
I think it's also
Just
because but I think it's also because like my schedule, I purposely fill up my schedule with as much shit to do so that I don't leave enough room for error, right? Because like a lot of people are just like, oh, I'm going to space everything out and then, you know, just give myself some time in between each thing. But I'm just like, no, that's where the horror happens, right? It's the in-between part where you're just kind of left on your own. You're like, well, I guess I'll go to the convention hall now, and then horrible things happen at the convention hall, right?
AX has always been like the super busy convention. It's everyone's always busy. Everyone's always doing something. Like, what is your schedule like in AX? Is it?
I was like signing and they give in the first year they gave me like a 30 minutes break.
Yeah.
Each. Like 30 minutes isn't enough. Like I want to take off my week.
Yeah, exactly.
I was in cosplay, so I want to take off my week, and I just kind of shut myself just in a bathroom stall. I would just be myself. I just want to take a rest, but I couldn't take a rest. I didn't want anyone to see me without a wig. You know, that would look horrible. So.
Unthinkable. How could you taking off a wig? No.
Disgust me.
I just kept myself confined in the store, like in one store. And I'm sorry. And I took aspirin like every single time.
Oh
so,
my
like,
god.
I mean, I guess if you have like a wig cap that's just like stretching your head, right?
I know. Like at some point, I wanted like a stronger meds. So like, could you buy something? And
Give me meds.
Yeah, like in the state, like I'm sure they got like stronger ones. Like, give me that.
Because I've never cosplayed before, and part of the reason is it feels like at a convention wearing a cosplay is just a lot of effort and work to keep it intact.
Right.
Yeah,
you know?
I cosplayed once, and that was at AX, and I cosplayed as Gintoki from Gintama.
Oh.
And I chose Gintoki because not only because I like Gintoki as a character, but also because like his stuff is kind of light, right? It's like it's a lot more breathable. It's not like I'm wearing a full suit of armor, right? So I'm just like, okay, it's really hot. This is a little bit breathable. I didn't take into account that I'd be wearing a massive fucking white wig with Gintoki.
Yeah, that immediately is like just a heating thing on your head.
And because this part got just so hot, it completely just negated the free-flowing clothes that I was wearing. So I'm just like, I remember I was in the middle of a signing. I'm just like, I'm sorry, I can't. I just took it off. I'm sorry, fuck the hair, man. I can't do it. Yeah, I was like, I don't care anymore. I'm just gonna take it off. It's so hot in here.
I see like some people in AX like rocking up in like a full guts armor or something. And I'm like, how the fuck are you doing it? It's like 33 degrees Celsius here right now.
I guess if you just restrict all your pores, you can't sweat. It can't come out. You just can't come out, right?
You're
That's
impressive.
Yeah. That's why I wore a Virgin Killer sweater at AX one time.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's breathable, right?
Yeah, that's
very.
breathable.
See what I mean?
Breathable.
That's you can move your.
Is that
legs
why
much
you
more.
were like cosplaying as girls? Because it's
No.
breathable
It's
skirt?
dude. I love skirts because like you can
You
like
love skirts.
you can like free flow, dude. I feel like I can stretch like my full stretch. You know what I mean?
But you didn't get stopped by a security or like
No.
too much.
In LA, it's normal. Like I just swear anything goes in LA,
Yeah.
especially around AX.
Yeah,
You know,
I remember
Nice.
I got in the Uber and it was just a guy, and at the moment I sat in, he was like, "You going to the LA Convention Center?" And I was like, "Yep, that's me."
yeah.
And then
They just know now. It's just
then we
become a
just
routine
didn't-
now.
then we just didn't say anything. It was the most awkward thing. I was just sitting there in the back, like, all right.
Wait, were you in like a skirt at that time, or?
I was wearing the Virgin Killer sweater.
Oh,
I was like cross-legged in
Obvious.
the taxi like this.
Oh my
like,
god!
yeah, strong.
Wow. You're just taunting him. I'm just crossing my legs.
you should have done like the basic instincts, like legs.
Yeah. When he turns around.
yeah,
just
yeah. It's just like, ooh, hello.
Like, my God.
But I love like getting stopped by people. Like, can I take photos with you? Like,
Yeah,
other
yeah.
cosplayer that are
Yeah.
Of
Great
course,
feeling.
absolutely, yeah.
I think the most popular cosplay at AX was Prison School that I watched.
Ah, that
yeah,
was
I
the not the president, the vice president.
Yes,
right?
vice president.
Yeah.
I
remember
think that was last year, and one of the reasons I bet it because it wasn't the year for Prison School, so there weren't a lot of Prison School cosplays.
Yeah.
Right,
Like,
right.
most of them were wearing tamamo or like
Right,
fate
right,
characters.
right.
Yeah.
So,
As it always is.
yeah. I guess like I stood out, and some father like asked me, like, could you take a photo with my son? And his son was like tiny.
Yeah.
Did
Are
his
you
son
sure?
know what the series
Maybe
was?
it's the kid on the plane.
Oh my god! Probably was.
Gant watched Prison School on a plane.
Oh,
and I was-
Tiny kid
And it was next to a
him.
kid.
And I was next to a kid.
It was that kid.
no.
He's like, I love that show. I saw it on a plane.
What are the plane to AX?
I mean, I normally
Yeah.
we talked about this before, but like I normally watch some shitty I always have like an anime folder on my tablet. Never watch that. Always watch shitty plane movies most of the time. But what's your favorite cosplay that you'd say? Or is that like picking your children?
Top
Can you not
five,
choose?
top 5 cosplays.
My cosplay. Actually, next week I'm doing my favorite character from Final Fantasy VII. I've done Yuffie already for
Okay.
obvious reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the most popular
course.
female
Right, right,
character.
Right.
And if you got a chest for that, you can go for it.
Yeah,
right?
of course.
But my favorite, like my waifu, is Yuffie. So like I just wanted
Right,
to cosplay
right.
Yuffie.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I finally get to do that next week. Plus, Cowboy Bebop.
Oh, Jill
Oh.
Valentine. Oh, not Jill Valentine.
Faye
sorry.
Valentine.
Valentine.
That's the Resident Evil character.
My bad. Faye Valentine. Yeah.
Valentine.
What was like your very first cosplay?
Oh, like
was the-
my
oh,
own,
shit,
right?
The
Like
Grand
not-
Blue Fantasy one, right?
Granblue
But
Fantasy.
that was for work, so
Oh,
Oh,
I
okay.
okay,
Yeah.
for could be Supersonico. I have no idea.
That's very.
That's very on brand. I can see that happening.
That was also for me as an industry guest, so like I
Ah,
actually
okay.
thought about
okay.
the booth too.
Yeah.
So I don't know, my first like one of my like my own choice. I don't know. What was that? Oh, I did Mamako from.
From
yes.
Oh,
from the MILF Isekai.
Yeah,
Ah,
yeah,
oh my
awesome.
God.
Would you like your mother? Do you like your mother? With multi attack, like whoa, yeah.
That was such a terrible show.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've talked about that on the podcast. I think my favorite cosplay that you've ever done was, I think it was at AX last year. You did Trish Una, right?
Oh yes, I did.
Yeah. Your Trish cosplay was really, really
Yay.
good. Yeah, that was cool.
I'm obsessed with JoJo's.
We're all love. We all love JoJo. Speaking of JoJo, like you have like the JoJo kimono,
Yes.
right? That thing is
so
so,
jealous.
cool.
I ordered that in Osaka.
I would have ordered that. I don't care how much it was. I would have paid. Like not even a
Okay,
question.
I'm gonna find that on Yahoo auction and I.
Yeah,
order
please.
it.
That's where I get most of my JoJo merch from. Yeah,
Nice.
I'm like using Google Translate, hoping I'm not clicking the wrong things when I'm in.
Connor's become that stamp collector, but just for JoJo's.
Yeah.
His grandkids are gonna be like, what is all this?
Because when I have a call with my parents, all my merch is behind me. Like, what are those toys? that you have, Connor? What are those toys? Like,
It's not a toy, mom.
Mum, this is a 1/6 Gyro Zeppeli $200. Are you kidding me, Mum?
He just like bust out the Osen, like, it's like you don't understand how pristine this thing is right now.
I love getting deals for JoJo stuff so much.
I also got JoJo's smartphone, which I never use.
Right.
'cause I
JoJo's
use it-
smartphone?
Yes, there is JoJo's.
No, not like a
Wait.
smartphone skin, like an actual smartphone.
Yeah, smartphone.
Wait.
From Docomo.
What?
What? Really?
Oh, no.
What? This exists? Where
there
can I
is
get one? Are they on Yahoo? That's probably one on Yahoo auction.
Yeah, probably Yahoo auction.
There's so much JoJo merch. Like you just
know.
always like stuff blows my mind. Yeah, I spend way too much time looking for JoJo merch. I know there's websites that are dedicated to like tracking the release of new JoJo merch.
Really? Oh,
Yeah,
damn.
and I kind of go because they release so much all the time, which is great, you know, being a fan. I mean,
Yeah,
But
of
sometimes there's stuff that's like
When would you ever use it?
Like
Or
there was one that was like Rohan Kishube like tiny jigsaw puzzle. It was like tiny though, like this, and I was like, I mean, okay.
Like a 4-piece jigsaw puzzle.
Yeah, it's like, what's the point? Like, I'm never gonna be able to like open this because I'll be scared to like actually do it. 'cause
Or
I
like
don't wanna
lose a
ruin it.
piece, right?
How many pieces was?
It was something like 16. It was like
Oh,
not. You
that's
could.
it. That's it.
It's
Like,
barely a
yeah, right? Like,
It's barely a puzzle.
Oh my
yeah, and then
God.
there's just other stuff. Like I don't know. I have no interest in clear files, but I think Japanese
Yeah,
do.
I don't know why the clear files is the
know.
default. Okay, we're gonna release merchandise to do with this show. Let's just make clear files.
It's because it's so cheap to manufacture.
Right.
It's like the YouTuber like first T-shirt that's a reference. Yeah, they just put like hee hee
Right.
XD. You know.
It just seems like the most tacky thing
It really
ever.
is, yeah.
And I've never bought a clear file, but I've always been given them as like a gift or something. And
Right.
I don't know what to do with them, honestly.
I have a bunch of
True.
clear files, but I've kind of bought. It's so ironic. I bought a file for my clear files. So it's like, you know, there's
Literally defeats the whole purpose.
you know, there's a file. You know, it's like a little bit. They're actually like custom made clear file, also not clear files,
Oh.
files for your clear files, because people know that
Right,
no
that's
one
what-
actually uses the clear files, right? And they just treat it as like a piece of like art or whatever.
Yeah.
And they don't want to use it, but they need some place to like easily access it. And
Yeah.
I found one, and they sell it in like Daiso and stuff like that.
Oh.
Yeah, for like 100 yen. So I just bought
What
one.
don't they sell at Daiso?
And so I put all of my, because I have a lot of Monogatari series clear
right.
files, right? Because if I find something Monogatari, I'm going to buy it. So I just put all my Monogatari clear files into my clear file.
To explain, Daiso is like the dollar store here in Japan where you can get like everything you didn't need, every little contraption you didn't know that you needed until you go to the store.
Literally,
that's
literally
Daiso.
anything you need for
Yeah.
your house, you can find
They
in
have
Daiso.
everything.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
So much use.
So how many files could you file in the file?
I think the one I
Research.
bought, you can put in like 20.
Oh, just
So it's not a
20.
lot.
Okay.
You're
But-
like, write this down. Right?
Yeah.
20.
Yeah. But it's you know, it's nice. Like it's better than just having all the clear files just scattered everywhere.
Right.
Yeah.
At least
Yeah.
it's in one spot.
Just don't buy clear files.
And just
much.
please stop making them, companies. We don't care. We really don't care.
I'm
not gonna
clearly
file
someone
anything.
does. I mean, because you know you have limited room. You need to pick your merch carefully. You know. And when people are
True.
like, man, why is Connor like being mean about a $10 figure? I'm like, it takes up space. That space is for the expensive boys.
Yeah. Right.
Connor's trying to maximize this shit, man.
I'm trying to make like the most expensive JoJo cabinet, right?
I mean, you're doing a good job so far.
I know. I'm collecting slowly.
I mean, you're
Yeah,
no
yeah.
JoJo bar level, but
no, that guy's been collecting for like
yeah.
decades.
Have you been to the
Yeah.
JoJo bar?
Which one?
There's
oh,
a-
wow.
the one in Nakano?
bar. Is it still open?
I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
so. Yeah, it's still
Okay.
open.
Just reopened, I
Yeah,
think.
Because the quarantine, like, you know.
Yeah,
closed.
Yeah,
they were
yeah.
closed for a long time, but yeah, I think they recently just started
nice,
reopening
nice.
again. And man, the collection there, because I went
It's
there for a
crazy
video,
from what I've seen.
and the collection there is nuts. I saw so many figurines that I was like, wow. I didn't know they made a figurine of this character.
Yeah.
Like, and he had that really limited JoJo. It was Jotaro, but with the
Whoa.
Swarovski one. So it's like full on diamond encrusted Jotaro. And it's like I looked it up on Yahoo auctions. It's like $4,000.
Yeah, it's pretty expensive.
And he
That's
just
what I
had
want.
one on like a pedestal.
That
in,
sounds
like, a glass
amazing.
box. I was just like,
Wow.
oh my
I
god,
need it.
I need it.
I want to get it. So.
Yeah.
Connor's about to spend more money.
I'm like,
On JoJo.
wallet, forgive me for what I'm about to do. I have to like not go on Yahoo auction because I will end up buying something.
True.
That's why I never made an account on Yahoo auctions because I know
Yeah.
I'm going to spend so much money.
What about
on it.
Mercari?
Mercari? Yeah, I did, but I think it was a little harder. They didn't accept my cards and stuff, but I was like,
yeah.
nope.
You probably need a Japanese card, right? From
I do have
Yeah.
a Japanese
Right,
card
right.
though now.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Okay.
I still don't. It's so hard to get a credit card or a debit card here. It's I don't know what banks want. I don't know how you got accepted either, because I got
rejected the first time, but like in the UK, they just basically just like give you a card. They're like, oh yeah, take it.
Yeah, they just you just press this button
You
and
don't
they
really
just
need
send
a
it to you.
present.
Oh, for a debit card, no. So like a
Oh,
one
right,
that
right.
so
Okay.
they rejected me for a credit card, which I only thought there was credit cards, and then I got a debit card, but I needed someone to like help me fill it out because they don't offer English ones like forms. So I was like, well, I'm fucked. What do? I want to access my money because I was using my foreign card for like the longest time.
Right.
But,
Right.
yeah, goddamn.
I've got a question for you though. What do you think about the whole new simp movement that's just started in the Western sphere?
Yeah,
I'm like, what do you guys feel when somebody call you simp? Like it's just even like out of it,
I've been called a simp.
if I say anything positive at all, like, oh, good job, they'll be like, wow, you're a simp, Connor. You just said a nice thing to a woman?
Yeah.
Simp.
I feel like the term simp has just been used so much that
Yeah.
nobody even knows what the original meaning of the
Right.
word simp was.
sometimes rightly it's just like calling your name kind of thing. So
Yeah.
my like mod on Twitch like had to ban the term simp.
What? I was going to ask because
Yeah.
I swear I never saw the word simp in your chat. And I
They're,
was like,
they're very protective of me. Right?
Yeah,
It's because everyone in the chat knows that they're a simp. So they're just like, we all know why we're here, guys. We're all simping for Kaho.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't understand that term anymore. I mean, the internet does what the internet does
Yeah.
best
Yeah.
and completely destroys the meaning of a word the
Yeah.
moment it goes mainstream.
Because now it's like if you give a female any attention, you're simping. Like we're probably simping you right now just by talking
I'm
to
sure
you.
like you're going to meet a lot of simp like words in the comment section. We can
Wow.
make it bad. We can make
How
it bad.
dare they get a woman as a guest? They're simping so hard.
You know, now that we just like blacklisted all the incognito comments,
Yeah.
every comment now is just gonna be simp comments now,
Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if it's just a joke thing, like we can laugh about it, or like do you feel like uncomfortable actually
Yeah.
like getting called simp?
oh, I mean,
I mean,
we're
it's
clowns.
we're clowns. It's part of the joke for us.
I think the only people who are uncomfortable with being called a simp are actual simps. You know what I mean? They're just like, how dare you call me out?
I mean,
Yeah.
when the term thick, like the THI,
Oh, thick.
Thick,
Yeah.
yeah.
Thick,
Thick.
yeah,
The two
yeah.
Cs.
yeah,
Yeah.
So it came out. Like I was like, I saw it was malicious or like maybe negative term for a second because it's thick, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe like
yeah,
they all
yeah,
raised
yeah.
there
Right,
too.
right,
So
right.
I saw it's just another term for fat. So
Yeah,
fatty.
yeah. But if it ends with a K, then it's malicious. If it ends with
Okay.
a C, then it's
Yeah,
complimentary.
so,
Two C's, it means your butt
at first
is
I
big.
didn't know that. Like, it's like, yeah, so they were commenting like, "Oh, you're very sick." Like, how should I take that?
I can see how that can just completely slip
Yeah.
under, right? But like that's another example, right? The word thick is used so much now that
know.
I see guys calling girls thick that aren't thick. They're not thick at all. It's like
You have skin? Oh, that's thick.
yeah.
That's thick.
I can't see your rib cage. Damn, you're thick. It's like no, there's a difference between thick and just
Yeah.
being healthy.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's like again, it's like cringe as well. The word cringe.
Oh, I hate the word cringe so much.
Because at first, again, like cringe actually meant something, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
people didn't like it, but then everybody just started to be like, "Oh, that's cringe. That's cringe. That's cringe."
I remember
I'm like,
people be like, whenever someone made a joke, people would be like, "Oh, that's pretty cringe," but I laughed, and I'm just like, are you trying to compliment me? I don't get it. Was that a compliment or an insult? I literally don't know anymore.
That's like the biggest oxymoron, isn't it? It's just
Yeah, I
like,
know,
It's
right?
cringe, but I laughed. I'm like, say that again, but slowly.
So as a non-native speaker, at first I didn't know it was like a badass
Right,
thing,
right,
you know,
right.
kind
Yeah.
of, you know.
Yeah, yeah,
It
yeah.
says ass, but it's a good term, you know.
Yeah, yeah,
If it's
yeah.
half-fast, it's not good. you just have to learn.
That's what I wanted to know,
understand.
right? It's
Yeah.
like because you do stream to an English speaking
Yeah.
audience, right?
Yeah.
Like how did you come to learn all of like the English like internet terminology?
Right.
Because it's
Sometimes I
completely
ask.
different to the Japanese
Yeah.
one, right? Yeah.
Sometimes I ask my chat, like, you know, oh, what this
That's dangerous.
abbreviation
That's a
means.
dangerous
Oh,
game.
That's a dangerous
but my
game.
chat is very good.
that's
my
good.
chat is very educational and they're very nice.
You
to
have
me,
a
so-
very
My-
rare Twitch audience.
My chat just wants to see me fail. Always. Always. I remember asking them, and I was playing a game. They're like, "Oh yeah, I wanted to know the ping of the game." I was like, "What's the ping?" And they were like, "Oh, it's Alt F4." And I just thought, "Oh, okay, Alt F4." I closed the game in a ranked match.
Oh no.
I'm such an idiot. Sorry, go ahead.
No,
Yeah.
it's okay. Because like English isn't my first language. Because sometimes like people try to correct me, even though it's just obviously a typo.
Yeah,
on
yeah,
tweet-
yeah.
Right,
on
right.
Twitter, especially, like you cannot edit tweet. So
Yeah.
even though you just it's just obviously a typo. It's just not.
I saw people were correcting your English.
Yeah.
I mean,
that was like laughter cosplay. Sorry, I'm like,
Yeah.
I was in a cosplay of laughter character
okay.
from Iron Blooded Orphans.
Yeah.
Gundam.
Right.
And I was obviously in a cosplay, got like
Yeah.
blonde hair, green
Right.
eyes,
Yeah.
and I always like to make pants.
All right.
Or
Right.
or whenever I post cosplay photos, I like to state something that belongs to
Have
the
a
character.
caption.
Yeah.
So because like we are having COVID-19, why don't I just use the term laughter is a good medicine?
Okay.
Okay.
But I put the laughter as laughter.
Yeah,
I
as like
spelled
the
laughter,
character.
the character
Yeah,
name.
yeah.
And some people just corrected me. That's a long spelling, bitch. Damn bitch.
Actually,
No, but like on Twitter, there's always that one arsehole because we make typos all the time.
Yeah.
And even if you delete your tweet, like
Yeah.
immediately,
They
screenshot it, they fucking send it to you. Like, excuse me, I have this typo by 𝒫ó𝓃𝓃. I know you're trying to hide. Like,
That is my
so
absolute
malicious.
biggest pet peeve when
it goes in the
it's like
exposed
2 in the
folder.
morning. It's like 2 in the morning, and I'm like, I'm just gonna tweet something funny, and then I tweet it. Like 10 seconds later, I realize there's a typo. I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, no one probably saw that. Delete it, right? And then maybe a couple of minutes later, I do it again, but the correct spelling. The first 10 comments is always, I saw that.
Oh my god.
I saw that.
Joey exposed for making a typo.
Joey doesn't know how to spell, and I'm just like, fuck off.
So
like-
it happens to everybody. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm like,
everybody.
who are these people?
It's
This is a call out, by the way. Who are you? What do you get enjoyed? What do you get out of this?
It's like, why are you so? It's like, were you like just waiting for me to tweet to like catch that? Be like, I got. It's like Chris Hansen. It's like I got him.
did you think you were the only person who got
Yeah,
called out for
because
typos?
it's English, okay? It's not my first language.
Well,
But-
no, that's more of an argument of why we should get it right.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
if we get
Because
a
it's our
typo-
first language, right? So we don't have an excuse.
Right.
Yeah. At least you have the excuse that it's
Yeah.
not your first
Yeah.
language.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So-
Maybe I should have quoted like laughter, so that. But I didn't want to make it obvious. Like I just,
Yeah.
I didn't want to make it like,
The joke's
hey, it's a
not
joke.
funny,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a joke. Like please laugh or like.
It's that ironic situation where like the person correcting you thinks that you're more intelligent about it when you made a very intelligent joke that they just don't understand, right?
And if you're smart enough, like you can just guess. Like I'm obviously wearing golden hair,
Yeah.
green eyes, which aren't obviously mine. So like,
yeah,
you could
yeah.
guess maybe it has something to do with cosplay because
Right.
I know the spelling of laughter. I know that my English isn't impeccable, but at least I know the term impeccable. That's something about my English.
That's more than most English people, honestly.
Like, please, people. But I do like sometimes make mistakes. Like some words like sound similar, like
Yeah.
Obviously.
Obviously.
testicles, tentacles. Like I sometimes mistake, but they both belong to hentai.
Yes,
So I think it's
everyday
okay.
words. Yeah, of
I make a
course.
good laugh. So
Yeah. Do you ever get any toxicity online for being in your position or anything like that?
For being an actress.
I mean, most cosplayers I know get a lot of toxicity, let alone people who work as an
DMs,
JV.
is dick pics or something like that. No
you get a lot
one
of dick pics?
appreciate. I mean, I cruise my DM only like it's only for my friends, like for
Yeah.
I think
people
that's how
I
anyone
follow.
with
That's
the
a good- that's a
same-
good
same
idea.
mindset would do.
Yeah, yeah.
I also close my Instagram DM, but somehow they always miss. Like there was some
Really?
messages from
Weird.
someone I don't
I guess some people
follow.
are just that desperate for you to see their dick.
I don't know.
The mainframe. I need you to see my penis. I'm willing to go to jail.
Instagram has a bag, I think.
Yeah, closing DMs on Twitter and Instagram is like step 1 of creating an account.
Yeah.
Like no girls appreciate a dick pic. I can just say that.
You
right?
heard it here first,
No one.
folks.
No one. Well, maybe like if we get to know you better,
Want to size them up?
just
Guys, you got to get to
power
know them
area.
first.
Before you shoot a porno, where they're like, here it is. Here's the package.
Yeah, I want to be like a male actor in JAB. Like, how do I know that? Like, here's my pic. Like, where's your face?
You should reply to them. Oh, it's 2 out of 10.
Yeah.
Just ruin their day.
Yeah, you should just like reply back being like, listen, honey, I've done porn before. This is weak. This penis is weak. And then they'll probably stop
Yeah.
doing it after that.
Maybe. Wow. They're gonna be haters. Maybe.
I mean,
Madam, who needs
yeah,
it?
who needs them?
Do you really want people who send unsolicited dick pics to be your fans?
Yeah.
Do you want that kind of audience?
I don't want
That's
that.
a level of simping I don't want to be involved with.
You're just like, geez, I wish I had someone to send my penis to.
Oh man.
I'm curious, going off something like that, and online, I feel like you almost have no privacy, right? And the people want to know everything about you. Do you get a lot of people who really want to find out your personal life? And also, I'm also curious as well with JAV, how much did they like have a say over like what you could do in your free time, like relationships and stuff? Did they have any say over that?
Most girls, not just JB actresses, but talents in general in Japan.
Right.
They try to hide their relationship status.
Right.
It's just they pretend like it for their fans, or maybe for them, because like if you're say like you got a girlfriend or you got a boyfriend, then sometimes your fan base like grows smaller.
Right.
That happens a lot.
Yeah, that's really strange. 'Cause I feel like in the West we don't really do that.
I mean, it happens on YouTube.
Yeah.
I know I lost a massive female audience when it came out about
Seriously?
Aki. Yeah.
Wait, did
Oh,
you?
damn.
Yeah, I did. And Aki
Crazy.
and subsequently Aki also lost a large like
You guys
male
could see that in
audience.
the stat.
Yeah, we saw it
Wow.
in the stats. Like it was, I
have no idea that
it's recovered now for the both of us.
Right.
We're back to like 50-50 male to female. But when we
Yeah.
first came out, I think I had like an 80% male ratio, and Aki had like an 80% like female ratio.
Right.
Just because I guess all the simps left. They're just like, damn, we have to find the next target. Yeah. But I mean, it came back, obviously. But yeah. I assume it's the same thing.
Yeah, I think it's very different, especially in the Japanese industry, where they have this obsession with like keeping a pure image, like even more than the West. Especially in the idol industry, like that's on a level I will never understand.
I mean, if you're allowed to tell us, I mean, you don't have to, but if it's too personal, it's fine. But did you ever try and date like after or during the period, and like how was that when you like?
Not during it, because like
it's kind of hard to be like, hey, I'm going to work.
I'm gonna feel bad about
Right.
And there are a lot of actresses like who are dating, like who are in a relationship, but I didn't know how they cope with it. Like,
It's a big like, hey, bye, honey, I'm gonna have sex.
And they hated like dating actors, so they understand the pain of like your significant other like doing the job.
Right.
And some of them like dated actors too, and like it was always like they were always fighting because of that.
Yeah.
Wow.
So like, how small is the industry? Did you know like a lot of people working in the industry? Like when you worked with other actors or actresses, did you already know them personally, or was it someone you met on the day?
Actors, like I've never got to know them personally. Maybe just on social media. They try to, how do I say, they're nicer. like I don't know, like not compared to anybody else. I mean, they're nicer on girls.
Let them know.
No, male actors, they want us to like request, like make a request, like I want this actor on this set, that kind of thing. So that's why like some of them are like obviously sucking up to you, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
But in a good way, just like me, like I bring in all those gifts. No, obviously.
Of course.
Yeah, because like, actors are all freelancers. So, like, they can get hired anytime. Like they don't have management companies behind you.
Oh, the guys.
Guys.
Oh wow.
Oh, okay.
And their payments are lower than us.
That's how it is, I think, in the West as well.
Yeah.
Because in our mind, like men are like happy in the industry.
Oh, okay.
Whereas women sometimes like they have to do this.
Right.
So basically, all the women have the power to choose who they want to work with. Oh, okay. So you got to be good at socializing and making network connections if you're a male porn actress. Then
Male porn actors like they have to do more. Like they usually just, I saw you on Twitter. Like they just check our name and like do some research before we meet.
Yeah.
But we rarely got to know them, I guess.
It's like real life, isn't it? Just like if you want to be associated with someone, just don't be a dick. Just don't be an asshole, and you'll probably be associated with them. Yeah. I wanted to know actually, and I know this is like kind of gonna get a bit weird, but like you know how there's a type of JAV, and this is only in JAV, but it's like the creepy dude. Right, like you know,
we call it the ugly bastard. I think in
the
the
ugly
West.
bastard, right? I've always wanted to know, like, well, first of all, have you ever done anything like that, like in that genre? And if you have, like, what are the actors like in real life? Because I've always wanted to know, right? Because it's like
50-year-old men looking.
And they like, and they purposely
like,
have to like act creepy, right?
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
we actually need them in the industry because here is what it's not me saying it, but the directors and the staff members, producers say because
the people watching.
people can relate to that.
Oh my god,
Okay.
it's true. It's true.
I'd always heard this, but I never. I was like, no, that can't be it. Why?
People can
Oh my
identify
God.
with them easily. So
Oh my
The
god.
some people
40-year-old
want that.
big men
I
who
mean,
are.
just like dojing, like there are some handsome guys and
Yeah.
handsome, beautiful, always beautiful women.
Yeah, of
But
course.
sometimes like they got
But no, most of it is the ugly guy. It's like a meme in our
Yeah.
circles where
I imagine though, did you just get to that point where you're like, you don't care? It's just like work, or
Yeah,
or,
like-
or were you like, oh god, okay.
I don't even hate any
Yeah,
of them.
yeah.
I was so.
But there must be
know.
some days, right, where you rock up and you're like, oh, this? Yeah, I mean, I'm good at acting, I guess. Like,
He looked way better in the
Yeah.
picture I got.
that headshot was from 20 years ago. Don't lie.
He definitely used the snow app on his headshot.
No, it's actually guys like who think like who lacks confidence in their
Right.
body. They're actually nicer too. Like they appreciate you
Right,
more.
right,
because,
okay.
Like,
That makes so much
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah,
like if I wasn't an actor,
You're
I
giving
wouldn't
some
be able
people a
to-
lot of
yeah.
confidence right now. They're like, that's me. I can fuck good.
I can be an ugly
Yeah.
bastard.
Good looking, like a famous actor, they tend to
Yeah.
be just like
Assholes.
da-da-da-da. It's like,
Yeah, yeah. It's
Yeah,
just
they
like
treat
whatever.
you
I can do
the
this
same.
whenever.
Exactly.
kind of thing.
Special
Yeah,
move.
I'm handsome, like you're happy with that, right? Kind of thing.
Yeah. Oh,
no.
yeah. I mean, wow. To think that the more handsomer you are, the more egotistic you are. Who would have thought?
To think that ugly bastards are like wanted commodity
I
in the
know.
porn industry.
Oh,
Oh
there
my
was
god.
actually one actor, I think, who been around in the industry more than 10 years, so he's obviously our experienced one.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
And he's good looking man. He was like, if I do this, then you're gonna skirt. What?
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 Like Ribena? Like,
If I do that, then you're gonna come. It's just like, no, you won't.
it's just like,
He's
what?
just overly confident.
Come.
Oh my god.
No.
I would, if someone said that to me, like, oh, I have to fuck you now? Like, you just said that to me? Are you serious?
Yeah.
Like, what is it, like a mariachi band? Like, what
Yeah.
the fuck's going on? Come. Oh my god.
Could you imagine if it was the opposite? If like you're about to like have sex with a girl and she's
Yeah.
like, when I do that,
Oh my
you're
god.
gonna, she's all over me. I'm just like, we'll see about that, motherfucker.
I mean, I can actually imagine that with some people.
I mean, that's some ideal relationship. I think. That's the whole dom thing, right? It's like, they're like, oh my god, yes.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
So like to ruin the perception, I got to ask, how much of adult video is just faked? Like,
Right. It totally depends on the work.
Right.
Sometimes we make a fake cum.
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you guys have you guys seen the asa-banana, the product, the drinking product?
It's like
Yeah,
it's like a
convenience.
banana flavored jelly.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
No.
We actually use that for fake.
They just like squirt it on you?
Yeah, yes, you can insert that with
Oh.
vinegar.
I got to Google this.
Yeah, because I remember
I'm never
I-
drinking that ever again.
I remember we briefly talked about this in the interview. You were saying that like a lot of the fake cum is like the asa-banana stuff, but it's
Yeah.
also like milk
Or
and,
like white egg white.
egg white and just like to
Yeah.
just get the
So-
consistency, right?
They make sure you don't have any food allergies. You have to put something.
You're like, you turn up to your first porn
Yeah.
gig. Are you any gluten allergies? No. And you're like, what?
I need my cum gluten free. Thank you very much.
As long as the cum is grass fed, I'm okay.
I need my Starbucks semi skimmed cum.
And if,
I'm so sorry.
if an actor won't come in the scene, then you can still use the actor in the next scene.
Right.
Yeah,
You can save his cum, so you can save him the energy. So
Is
That's how
that
it works.
how hentai protagonists have like just so much cum every time? You know,
Having a bucket of asa-bananas.
Is this why they're like all the DVDs are like 3 hours long? Like they like save it because when you do like because they're really long, right? Like
Yeah.
two hours
know.
minimum. Is that in one day or is that like a multiple day thing?
Oh, usually just one day because
Jesus.
renting a studio is very expensive. So
is it one actor the entire time?
It
Some, I think it
depends on,
depends.
but sometimes they just change and they make it POV, so they won't find out sometimes.
Okay.
Oh, right. Yeah, because I've seen like
But, you know,
I've seen like best of 8 hours long, and in my head I'm just like, first of all, wow, that's a long shoot. Second of all, who is gonna sit down and watch 8 hours of this?
That would
Like,
just give me
No.
anxiety trying to find the best part, right? I'm like, oh no.
like, is it made for people with like erectile dysfunction? Where it's just like it just takes it's like give me 2 hours and I'll be there. Like, yeah, I just don't understand. Like,
I know they think like the longer the better. I
The
don't
longer
know.
the better.
yeah, no.
Wow, that's like a YouTube video.
Is it?
I need to get those mid rolls.
I wonder, did you like ever watch any of your own work, or did you just like when you did it, you're like, I don't want anything.
Right. I mean, during my career, like I did watch some of my clips, just for studying for research.
Is it
But
weird?
I
Is
can
it
get
weird
better.
watching yourself? Like,
At first, it was so embarrassing. But I was like,
Yeah.
the light doesn't really hit well.
it's all
Yeah.
wrong. It's all
Okay,
wrong.
this angle isn't for me.
I love how you said that you watched your own clips for research purposes. Like, that's the perfect
Yeah,
wording.
because you want to look good, you know.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
wanna know how you can make it
Yeah.
look better. That
Yeah.
makes sense.
I mean, I'm sure like we do that, right? On YouTube. Like we sometimes watch back on our old videos.
I cringe. Like I can't watch myself on camera. Like sometimes even on the podcast, I'm just cringing at
Really?
I
myself.
used to not be able to, and I think as you like get used to it more.
Yeah, you get
Yeah.
used to
And then
it.
sometimes you're like, damn, that was a good video. I love watching this.
Pat
part.
on the back.
Yeah.
Man,
You're
I
like,
goddamn, I look
Job me.
I look damn
A
good.
funny joke comes up, and you're like, damn, that was a good joke. God, it's so funny. You ever like that when you're watching it, like, oh, I remember this part.
Yeah. Sometimes I just laughed with those like dirty words I just said.
It was good acting.
that line was from this manga. This yeah, like I personally go all 2D when it comes to like when you want to release yourself.
yeah.
I never watch porn, you know.
Yeah.
I go for 2D all the time.
Wait, before you ever like got into porn, did you never watch like porn to
No.
research? You
Really?
went
Like, I was
blind.
curious like how they make the video.
Yeah.
That's why I
Okay.
wanted to get in, but I've never been a fan, so
Yeah.
Oh wow.
This seems like a lot of steps to just watch porn.
Well, now I'm curious now, like what titles did you read to like learn the vulgar
that
language?
Learn the
depends
way.
on-
Manga recommendations with Shibuya Kaho.
Okay, it depends on the role I'm playing.
Yeah,
You know,
okay.
sometimes I'm a cabin attendant,
Right.
flight attendant.
Right.
So I just pick all those doji that about, flight attendants and just pick
What,
up
there's
all those
dojin about
lines.
flight
like-
attendant?
Yeah,
There are.
there's
There's just about everything.
True. What am I
Yeah.
saying?
if it exists, there's
What am I
porn
saying?
on it.
What am I
Or
saying?
like a nurse and,
Yeah,
at
very
a
common,
hospital.
very common.
Yeah. So I just pick up some lines from each. Like, and I just,
Did you know if everyone did this, or was this
it
just
was
you?
mostly me. I guess.
How did other people learn how to like do it?
know,
Maybe
they
they
just
maybe they
ring
watch
up.
porn. Maybe
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I like to make jokes,
Yeah.
Yeah,
because,
yeah.
like, I don't know. There was one thing, if you're in a now's cosplay, like you have a needle, like, and I'm gonna put, お注射します kind of thing,
Yeah.
put a needle on you, like, yo, you got a huge needle, like, that kind of like, injection or whatever, like, do you try to like play with words? Like, of course, like I said it in Japanese, so it's kind of hard to translate.
Yeah,
but
Yeah.
if you're a flight attendant, like, have a nice flight, and like, oh, it's flight, like, sperm had a great flight or something like that. Or like instead of saying, saying like you're coming, but more like you're taking off. That kind of thing,
Did you ever like burst out laughing or couldn't keep a straight face while
Actually,
you?
the director said, like, ask me not to do that too often. because
Man, who knew
it's
that your
getting-
real career was in comedy all along?
It's not so much you losing; it's just like all the stuff, and it's just like good one. Oh my god, that's
Yeah,
hilarious.
I like the word play, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, going off on hentai, you mentioned in Joey's interview last time that you were voice acting in a hentai soon. I was very curious, one, if you can talk about it now, and two, what the entire process is like.
I assume it's not the low-budget Aero games that these two were playing when they were growing up.
Hey man, don't get it.
Whatever. Yeah, we want to know more about this
Right.
hentai voice acting.
However, the production has been delayed because of COVID-19.
Oh, so it's
Yeah.
supposed to come out like sometime soon?
Yes,
Or?
we haven't filmed yet. I had an audition and like I got a role, but we cannot film yet because it includes a lot of mourning and just screaming.
This must be like the final boss
Yeah.
versus like
You
like
cannot
rocking
keep
up.
enough social distance for that
Yeah.
shoot. So
I
We
imagine,
want to moan, but we gotta keep the 6 feet, dude. Like,
I imagine like you going into that audition was like Saitama going into like a kids boxing tournament. Like it was just like, oh yeah, this is easy. This is easy mode.
it was so difficult at first because like there are pictures already there.
Right, right.
That's the difference between normal anime and hentai anime because
Right.
hentai anime they got all the pictures ready for you, but normal like regular anime they haven't. It's just a rough image.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
you
yeah,
can
yeah.
just speak however you want, like within this
Yeah,
amount of
not
time.
much.
Oh,
Right,
so the hentai is like fully complete.
Yeah, you have to like match.
Oh.
Wow, so
Okay.
all hentai is actually dubbed hentai?
It's all dubbed. It's all dubbed over.
So you have to match like the moans and everything
Yeah.
with what's going on the screen.
Lips too. So
Damn.
that was hard.
I feel that hentai voice actors have it so much like harder than regular voice actors because like especially if like you're a female, because there are some scenes that I'm just like, damn, this must be like tolling on their throat just from
Yeah,
all
yeah.
of the that they're doing, right?
And you cannot get too into it because like the next scene it could be like something
Could be
different.
the biggest
so
nut.
Oh, okay.
It could be an even bigger one, you know? I mean, I wouldn't know. I don't watch any bad things. So.
Oh yeah, of course. Of
course you don't.
No, I think we can all agree that like it'd be cool if we could like voice act in a hentai.
I would love to voice
That would be great.
Yeah.
Just for the experience alone, right?
Like my audience will never let like me go for it.
Yeah.
But like they'll probably never take me seriously ever again. But
I voiced in a yaoi where I did a sex scene.
Oh,
And
yeah,
I
that's
have that. I haven't had anyone bring that up to me much.
yeah, but that's because you're the 93%.
Yeah.
True. I made my own. No one would hire me to do hentai, so I was like, fuck it. I'm going to make my own.
You're gonna make your
I'm gonna
own.
make my own. I made my own
Impressive.
yaoi audiobook where I just moaned.
Nice audiobook.
Yeah, you get to hear it in like surround sound.
6-inch surround sound. Connor moaning.
Did you ever shout "come" like 7 times?
No, but you know, like when I was voicing it, right? You would do it, and you're like, I'm already getting pretty loud, and then like you said, like you turn the page, and you're like, I've got to get louder than this.
Right.
Like this is the climax. Like how do you like? I mean, I've never had experience having to like screech like coming at the top of my lungs before, but he was in the manga, so I had to replicate that, and I'm like, it's a very strange process. Because it's so hard to fake come that loud. Because in real life, I would never shout when coming.
Yeah, because in real life you'd just be like,
And also, I don't want to disturb my downstairs neighbors. They're very elderly, right? I don't want to be, I'm gonna nut! Yeah, my voice already travels through walls
Yeah.
very
yeah.
well.
Ah.
It's like the low vibrations that travel through the walls.
Yeah, I think I haven't. Did I tell you this, guy? It's like when one of my old houses, the walls were so thin that my voice had like the same natural frequency as the walls. So when I spoke, they would always vibrate.
Yeah,
was
your
horrible.
voice has like a natural, like it's
Yeah.
just naturally resonates like
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah.
It's so
yeah,
great.
we've had comments every now and then on the podcast where people are just like, I actually can't understand what Connor is saying because it's
Sometimes-
going like sub.
But sometimes it just sounds like mumbles. It's just so deep, it just sounds like whoa.
Just like a subwoof. You know?
Yeah.
You can just get lost in your voice, like, oh
Yeah.
my god, I wasn't listening. Like, your
Thank
voice
you,
is
thank
just too
you.
great. Like, you know.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
I remember 'cause it was so weird because when my voice broke, I was like 13 when I started to sound like this.
Oh, right.
Could you imagine? Like, now,
What did you sound like before?
Very high pitched.
Really?
Yeah.
It's always those ways because I've seen some clips of like the official movie trailer voices and how they got their voice, and apparently they every one of them had really high
had really high
voices,
pitched voices.
and then it just dropped like that when
Yeah,
they reached.
people thought I was
Interesting.
messing around. Like they thought I was joking because I used to do voices like all the time, like oh my god, you know, like way higher though. When my
Yeah.
voice was higher. Used to like do dumb voices. So when I came into school and my voice started like getting like yo what up, like people were like, what the fuck is Connor faking this? And I was like, no, I don't know what happened. I think it's a sore throat or something, but I'm sure it'll be fine. A week later, I still have it, and I'm like, what the?
Just
So wait,
grew
did it
out.
just happen like overnight or?
I think it happened over like a week or two.
Right.
I don't know. Is that how it happens? I have no idea how it happens.
I think mine just dropped immediately.
I think
don't
it's
know.
just like it's like a snap. Do you remember? I don't remember now that I think about it.
No. Because you listen to your voice every day, right? So like
Yeah.
the subtle differences, you can't hear it.
Yeah.
So you're just like, oh shit, I guess my voice is here now. Like I didn't realize it.
I used to like scare the youngest kids
Yeah.
in the hallway. I would walk behind them and I'd be like, yo, what up? Yo. And they would be
Spun on me.
and I'm just like walking like, yeah, right, what's up?
Yeah, at the moment you turn around, you should be like, hey. Hey, buddy. So you've done like so much in your career, right? Like you've
Right,
done
I think
JV, you've
so.
done journalism, you're now doing cosplay, you're doing, you're writing a book and everything.
Yes.
Like,
crazy.
what's the next step for you? Like, like you seem like you always want to be like challenging and trying.
Yeah,
new
yeah,
things,
yeah.
Which is like we can all get behind that, right?
Exactly.
We all love trying new stuff.
Right.
So like. Coming from someone who seemingly looks like they've done everything, like what's the
think
next
so?
step that you want to do?
I've just started streaming on Twitch because of quarantine. Because like I don't have nowhere to go. Like I love staying in, but I love to go visit Western cons. But of course, that's not going to happen at least till next year.
Till next year, probably. Yeah.
What is your Twitch, by the way? Just so that people
So you can shout it
Thank
out.
you. Maybe he's going to say it right here.
in the link down below.
She knows the editor will do his work.
Shibuya _.
Yeah, I watched some of your streams before, and they were really good. I mean, you speak Japanese and English on the stream as well,
mostly in English.
Yeah,
I put the longest setting English because that's a good practice for me. And I love going to cons and overseas because in Japan, like I'm already again like a JB actress, and there are a lot of cosplayers who are not like on that like risque level. You know? Because some Japanese con like don't want to touch that area, like that's just that's not family friendly. If you grab your idol, it's fine.
To the rest of the stuff, being very family friendly.
They're like demonetized.
If you grab your idol, like if you wear PC, like if you haven't seen Areola, and that's fine. But if you've seen everything already, then that's like no. So there is no room for me to be there. I guess like I'm not gonna be needed there. And like I love speaking English. I love learning more. So. And I love how otaku, how weeb, like how real weeb they were. I was so impressed by every single one of them. They are so open-minded about every single genre too.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of people, like a lot of otakus in Japan, weebs in Japan, who just focus on one genre and that's it. Like, I don't watch the show and don't even dare to ask like what the show is about or like don't even show the interest. Like, oh, I never watched Eva. And that's it. Like that's the end of the conversation. Like maybe you could ask me.
How dare they?
As we all wrap our Evangelion shirts.
I should have worn ever. I'm wearing like freaking Madoka. But I love her though.
I went to the boys' love section in a manga store here, and I got so many looks. All the women were like, "What the fuck is he?"
I get that too every time Aki like wants to go buy like Kingdom Hearts dojins. And I'm just like I shouldn't be here. I'm getting really weird.
Like you
looks.
can feel like I'm not welcome. Like I'm in danger here.
I sometimes get that just from walking down like Otome Road in Ikebukuro. Because like Otome Road obviously as the name implies like it's for like fujoshis and just like girls who are into that kind of
but
stuff.
It's a public road.
Yeah, and I'm just
get off this public road.
and there are just like some I legit get stares from like some other like fujoshis who are just like, you don't belong here. What are you doing here? You're a man. You cis white male.
He's a male.
He's a male.
Enjoying my gay porn?
Yeah. So get out of here. I'm just like, it's a public road.
No males allowed in gay porn. No. You actually went to the Yaoi Cafe, right? The Boys Love Cafe.
I actually sat exact same
Did
spot
you?
like you were sitting.
Because you DM me saying I'm going to like tomorrow. How was it? Did you enjoy it?
It was interesting. They were all wearing masks. So we could only see the eyes.
So if you don't know, I mean, I may as well plug my own video. Go and watch the Yaoi Cafe video. It's great. It's where they basically do they
you were
reenact
brushed like everything throughout the whole episode. Like,
yeah, I was like,
you're so red.
because it's like okay, basically they pretty much act BL scenes in front of you. Have you
I haven't, but I watched Aki's video. So.
Like it's. As like a Western person, it like doesn't like work in my brain. Like, this thing is so like.
I mean, I had to translate some of the like the skits in Aki's video because they're doing it in Japanese, right?
Yeah.
And Aki's like, I don't know what they're saying, so can you translate this? And just sitting there and just watching like the video of the skits, I'm just like, oh no.
Yeah, we turned
I
up.
watched Aki's video too, right?
I'm just like, oh my god, I can't.
We turned up and they were like, so what do you want us to do? And I'm like, just do your thing. Like, what do you normally do? What's
just
a normal?
fuck.
Just do it. Just do it. We'll blur it out. Like, just do it.
Just fuck, yeah.
And they just were like, oh, well, we can do like a rice thing. And I'm like, sure. And they start doing it. And I'm like, oh my God, like they're doing this. Like,
And I felt so bad for you because, Aki was with her female friends. So like,
right.
She
It's just
got
me.
cheered,
And they were
but
all
you
just
just
staring
by
at me.
yourself.
And the worst part was that they would do it and they were like, are you happy?
Did you like?
Yeah, like, was that good enough? And I'm like,
God.
yeah, that was good.
Can you give us the like?
Yeah, and I'm like, okay.
Rating out of 10.
And then they did the thing where they're like, what's the thing where you put your arm? And
Kabedon?
Yeah,
Kabedon,
yeah. And then I was like, and they did that, and I'm like, yeah, this is cool and all, but can one of you hold my Kermit the doll, like Kermit the Frog?
Oh,
I brought my Kermit the Frog with me. And I was like, hey, maybe could you like, 'cause it's like, you know, 'cause it's a little of a joke on my channel. It's like, hey, maybe could you do something? The guy just fucking grabs it, shoves his hand inside Kermit, and is like, we're gonna do a scene with Kermit. I didn't even get to say anything. He just fucking laser beamed onto this Kermit.
It's like finally something I can fist. These other employees don't let me.
He was like, what do you want me to do with it? I'm like, dude,
You've already done it.
That's all you, man. That's
like,
all
yeah, I'm
you.
like, this is all you. Go ahead. And then he was like, all right, we'll do a scene with it. And I'm like dying. I'm like, oh my God, this is so embarrassing. Because like there's like 2 cameras on me. Everyone's like, is this what you wanted, Connor? Is this the footage you wanted? And I'm like, yeah, I guess this is what I wanted. Like,
Oh my God.
and that's one of the hardest videos to sit through.
For me, there's just something about seeing, you know, real people acting like they like anime
yeah,
characters. You know, in anime, you know, it's like it just seems normal. But when you see real life people doing it, sometimes going to a maid cafe is just
Like,
Don't talk about maid cafes. I went once, and once was all I needed.
Which one?
I went to
At home cafe.
It was the one in
know
Akiba.
the
Maybe.
At home.
Well,
why
I
are
got
you
some friends
familiar
who
with the
are
one?
who love them,
Right.
male
okay.
and female.
Yeah, I went to At Home in Akihabara.
Right.
Because
Quintessential.
Yeah, because my
maid
friend, who's
cafe.
like a huge fan of maid cafes, was like, "You've never been to a maid cafe? We should go." It's like, I know the best one. It's At Home. I'm like, all right, and I went, and man, I've never been more disappointed in a 2,000 yen omurice in my life. I'm just like, this thing cost 2,000 yen, and it took like 45 minutes to come out, and it's like cold.
And they put the spell on it, right?
Yeah, and they put
Yeah.
a spell on it, and
Yeah,
I'm like,
that's
you
so-
could
yeah,
have.
they do like the Moe Moe Kun
Yeah,
spell,
yeah.
and they force you to say it as well.
Yeah, and I'm like, I don't need a spell. I need a microwave to heat this up. this spell isn't doing anything but making it colder.
I think the most awkward experience in my life was having to do that. I was dressed as a maid, and I had
Yeah.
to do
Oh,
it
at the airport.
at the
Yeah.
airport.
Yeah.
And there was like 10 businessmen who were like watching, and they were all just not saying anything, not laughing whenever I did anything. They were just staring, and it was horrible because these girls were really awkward as maids. Like,
Yeah.
I thought they were
Yeah.
supposed to be like, wow, but they were like, I'm like, I guess,
my God.
yeah. And then I had to draw on the omu rice. I drew Sanic.
Well, with ketchup.
Yeah, with ketchup, and it was like diffusing a bomb. It was so tense in that room. Everyone was silent while I was doing it, and I'm like sweating. I'm like,
That's a torture.
yeah, I'm like, can someone break the silence? Do something funny. And whenever I made a joke, obviously because none of them could speak English, they were
Yeah.
just like,
Just to break the silence, you should have just like under your breath just been like. Oh God.
Wow.
So you like maid cafes?
My friend love maid cafe, so I don't go there by myself.
Yeah,
I'm not
right.
that like avid, like a religious.
Yeah. Because there are some
In there.
religious people.
Yeah,
who go
there's people
around.
that go to every maid cafe and just rate every maid cafe. Like this, this maid was pretty cute. Oh, she said Moe Moe Kun the way I wanted to say it. the way I wanted to hear it.
Yeah.
different.
Wow.
That Momo can hit different.
You know, I saw a guy, and he's a guy in Japan who's reviewed every Starbucks in Japan.
Oh my god.
What?
Every single Starbucks in Japan, I think he's reviewed. And there's like
you're Japanese?
Japanese guy, like 10. I think there's plus 10,000.
Jesus Christ.
I think of
I've
something.
been to all of them.
Oh, nearly all of them. I think he's working his way through. I mean, I think he's still going, but he's done like over half. I know.
How
Wow.
different could they be?
Yeah, that's what I think. I'm like, you picked like the worst coffee chain.
Is that about the customer service thing or?
I don't know.
Like I understand if like he went around to like go to like every like independently owned like,
Yeah.
coffee shop, right? Because like there's little differences. But I'm pretty sure a Starbucks in Hokkaido is gonna be the same Starbucks as in
Yeah.
Okinawa, right?
Maybe
Like-
he cares about what the cup
I've-
says, like with a doodle.
That's
something, you know?
I'm gonna go to
Maybe.
Hokkaido to find that out.
yeah.
yeah.
So I noticed that you're a huge fan of retro games,
Oh yeah.
and I think we
we
love
all
retro games.
grew
as well.
up with
Yeah.
retro games. So
Yeah,
like,
yeah. I mean, could you tell us some of your favorite retro games? I'm interested.
my
Or is that
favorite
too
one,
hard?
The one I played most was Sailor Moon action game. You know,
Really?
like, it's very very Final Fight-ish, but
Is that the fighting game?
no, it's actually action game. So like you get it's exactly like Final Fight. You just keep walking and some.
Or like Double
Oh,
Dragon?
like Double Dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We call in Japanese like a belt score action game.
Right.
I
right.
guess that's a
Keep
mouthful.
going.
Yeah, I think my cousin like had like a
Oh, yeah?
collection because there was a number of them, right? There was like 6 or 7 of them on the Super.
At least 2, Super Family game for action games, and 1 puzzle game, 1 RPG, 2 fighting games. There are a lot of titles.
Yeah, I saw you were
for Sailor Moon.
streaming. I can't remember which game. It was Evangelion game you were streaming?
Oh yeah, ever. I played the first PlayStation ever game for PlayStation.
Right,
it was simulation game. So you think like you choose a certain answer and that's gonna change the ending.
Yeah.
But actually, until the very end,
Nothing does.
it's always the same. Until the very end, the final question gonna let you choose 3 paths, like 3 endings.
Right.
But you have to keep nothing.
But
always
everything
the
else
same.
So it's
before that makes
basically
no sense.
it was basically just Mass Effect
I
then.
know.
Your choices mean nothing.
And you know what? You can't even skip any stories. You have to rewatch it again and again.
That is
Oh,
like
God.
Connor's worst nightmare.
That's my hell. I love the old Neo Geo games, like Metal Slug is like my
Right.
favorite series. I fucking love Metal Slug.
I recently just did a video where I went and played a bunch of like Japan only retro games, like anime retro games. There was because there's like a number of like JoJo games as well, like on Super Famicom and like
And the Yu Yu
Akira
Hakusho game was
and the Yu Yu
very
Hakusho game. Dude, that Yu Yu Hakusho game
popular.
is so
Yeah, I know.
fun. And but I didn't realize that it's a really popular game in Japan, but no one in
right.
the West knows about it because they only localized it. Well, they only released it in Japan, and for some reason Brazil.
Oh,
But
okay.
only Brazil. Like the US didn't get it, Europe didn't get it, Australia didn't get it. It was only Brazil that got it.
But there are maybe a lot of like Japanese Brazilians at the time.
Oh yeah, there is I found this out today actually.
Because the professional wrestler, like legendary professional wrestler Antonio Inoki.
Oh,
he was
yeah,
from
that makes
Brazil.
sense.
That's right.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
Brazil.
yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, apparently there is a huge population of Japanese in Brazil. I can't remember the reason why, but
Well, anime is like pretty big in Brazil, so I've heard.
right.
I mean, way bigger than it was, where we grew up. But it just amazes me how many anime games there are that have just existed that will just never get translated.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, even some big ones still have not been translated.
Right, because
And-
the Sailor Moon RPG one, they just got a fan sub like a few years ago.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
Yeah,
after
yeah.
all those years.
The original Fate Stay Night visual novel has still not been officially translated.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. So you
believe
if
that.
anyone who's played the original Fate Stay Night visual novel, it's all fan translations right now.
Damn.
Whoa.
And
I had
Fate
no
fans
idea.
expect people to get people into it by reading the visual novel.
Yeah, because I know it was like really massive news. I think it was like 3 years ago when they decided to make an official like English translation of the Clannad visual novel. And they made like a Kickstarter for it and everything, and it got finished in like less than 24 hours, even though it's such an old game. And it wasn't at that point I realized, I'm like, oh shit, there's never been an official translation of this game. It's all fan subs. And in my head, I'm just like, who is doing these fan subs? It's like, who has
Right.
so much time that
like you
True.
can
and talent.
so many
Yeah.
and talent that you're like, you know what? There's this visual novel that's all dialogue, 200 plus hours long. It's probably like, if you put into a script, it's like, 300, 400 pages.
Yeah.
I'm a translator. It's like, how do you find yourself in that position?
Weebs weaponized, man.
Weebs are so passionate.
They are. Man.
No, they are.
Like, was it Secret of Mana that never got an official?
The first one, yeah.
Yeah. Final Fantasy never got released, even though it was a huge series until very recently.
Yeah, until very recently.
Which is
yeah.
crazy to think a game series like Final Fantasy that was killing it in the West as well. Like one of them just wasn't released.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's really weird.
I have a lot of like, Macross fanatic friends in California,
Macross,
especially.
yeah.
But I think the only official one was Robotech, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other one, like,
I
you
think
have
so.
to look for them,
Yeah.
like, unofficially.
It's hard being a weeb, man. It's hard.
Especially a retro weeb, because now like Macross or Macross, sorry, is like it's not got as big of a fan base as it used to, because now Mecha has just kind of like almost died in the Western fandom. It's only the very dedicated fans that still keep up with everything like
Right.
that.
And if there is mecha, then it's usually combined with some other genre that is more appealing, right?
Yeah.
It's like it's not usually like mecha is the main. It's like
Yeah.
here is the main, and we just add a little bit of mecha to it.
Right.
I think like the last big mecha was probably Darling in the Franxx, and I'm pretty
Oh,
sure
right.
more people cared about 02 than they cared about the mechs.
Yeah.
No one was like, oh, Darling in the Franxx. Those mechas are cool. It was more like Darling in the Franxx.
It was about
damn,
the
that,
inside of the mecha.
Yeah.
You were looking inside.
It's like, damn,
Right.
that booty thick.
Yeah.
That's all they cared about, right?
See, We missed out on so many good porn parodies, Japan, because your dumb laws of Darling in the Franxx.
Yeah. Oh my god. I'm surprised they haven't made a Darling in the Franxx porn yet. Or in fact,
What?
so many anime series or manga series that could easily make
Right.
a porn parody, and I know
True.
it will sell.
Right.
All right.
Which
Well,
is-
American porn producers who listen to Trash Taste, please make it happen.
Hey man, we just gave you guys like free real estate for that.
yeah, exactly right.
Because you know people are gonna buy that shit if they make it in the West, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Macros, for example, like my friend actually organized a Macros convention,
Oh, wow.
one-day convention.
wow.
right?
Oh wow.
It's called Super Dimension Con. So
yeah.
that's like
In-
how
Is that in
how much
America?
they love. Yes,
Oh,
in
wow, okay.
California.
Oh.
This thing. So that's amazing. Like even though we didn't have an access to the official ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and also I've noticed like there are a lot of Konosuba fans in the West because I play
Yep.
Konosuba gacha.
It's huge. It's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And every single time, at least one person, or I should say at least 10 people, asking me every single time when it's gonna be released. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
in the West, internationally. I mean,
When will it?
I know people like creators, but they said they're only making it available for Macau, Hong Kong, Taiwan within this year.
Right.
But
Right,
not
right,
thinking about
right.
English translation yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it's weird, right? Like they tend to really focus on Southeast Asian
Yeah.
countries.
It's because we spend the fucking
Yeah,
cash, man. What can I say?
That's what I like, because I remember I guested at a con in Singapore.
Yeah.
Right. And there were like all sorts of different booths with like all these companies with like selling new stuff, like new merch and everything.
Yeah, yeah.
And at an American con, right, it's like only the diehard fans would like
Right.
go up and like be like, give me one of everything, right?
Yeah.
Or like, give me the most expensive
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
And it was just nuts to see so many people just being like, give me this, give me this, give me this. I'm just like, and people having like, 5-6 bags worth of stuff. And I'm just like, Jesus Christ, like how much money do you have? Because the tickets aren't cheap either.
I think it's
not at
just
all.
the culture there that they just want to collect them all and collect
Yeah.
everything. So, I mean, combining that with gacha, I mean, that's the money printing machine, man.
Yeah, right.
True.
And like it was really funny as well because I did a signing at that Singapore convention, and the first guy like came up to my table. There was like a line, and the first guy came up to my table and was like, "So how much is for a signature?" And I was
Whoa.
like, "What do you mean?" And he's like, "How much? Like we pay like a signing fee, right? Like because I want to get this signed by you. Like
You're
how much
already
is it?"
paid.
And I'm just like. I nothing. I'll just sign it for you. And they just didn't understand. Like even the staff members were like, "What? What?"
Did you say it's for free?
It's like it's for free. It's like, but is like the first one free, and then the second one I have to pay? I'm like, no. If you, I'll sign like 7 things if you
Like-
want me to.
He's like, what's the catch? There must be a
It's like,
catch.
there must be a catch, right? It's like, no, just I'll.
They like relay to the president, like, no, listen, he said he was going to do it for free. We've never had these before.
Yeah, and apparently, like I asked like the staff members afterwards, but apparently I'm the first guest at that con ever who did a free signing.
What?
And I'm just like, how willing are people to pay for things like this? I'm like, I get it if it's like, a really famous like artist or a
Yeah.
cosplayer
Yeah,
where
yeah,
like
yeah.
a lot of their revenue comes from
Right.
Yeah.
con things, right? But I'm like, I already make enough money, like just doing my regular job. I don't need to take fucking $5 from someone just to get a little squiggle from me, like on a piece of paper, right? It's like, it's fine. I'll just do it for free. Because the thing is that I was already signing people's stuff before my signing.
Yeah.
Like if people just found me
Right,
and
right.
were like, "Hey, can you sign this?"
Oh,
I'm like,
nice.
"Yeah, of course." Like,
Yeah. I don't think my squiggle's worth that much, man.
yeah, it's like no, it's not worth that much. I came up with this signature in like 2 seconds. Like it's like
Yeah.
I
That's quick.
it's not that
Wow,
valuable.
yours is like semi-decent. Mine's barely legible. I just write C. Like something, I don't want to think of something.
Yeah.
Mine's like a child squiggles, man.
Yeah,
It's just that way.
Yeah, but it's just nuts how like Southeast Asian weebs are
Yeah.
just they're all fucking rich.
Yeah.
Like, for
They're
some
ready to
reason.
spend.
Stop spending money so that game companies care about us English speakers.
Or maybe Western people have to spend more.
Well, that's
Yeah.
not gonna
But the thing is, I
happen.
don't think they're rich. I just think that this is what they spend all their like disposable
and there is a
income
larger
on.
population as well.
Yeah, yeah,
There's
yeah.
a larger audience for it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I mean, not unfortunately, it's great for the game companies.
Hey,
but-
so Western weebs, if you want your game to be localized, you better start spending some money. Go grab your mum's credit card and punch
rise
those numbers in.
up, gamers. We need to unleash
Rise
our
and
wealth.
grind, gamers.
Yeah, because there's like so many gacha games here that would just never get translated. There's like
Right.
3 JoJo gacha games or something
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
They're pretty awful.
Never been translated?
No.
No.
What?
they're
Even
just in
JoJo?
Japanese.
Yeah, even
Just because
JoJo.
the West, like, just gacha games in general in the West are like, I think it's like only really like a recent thing that it's like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, cool, I can spend money on these,
Right.
but
It's a new thing because the whole image of mobile games in the West was
Terrible.
like very
It's
terrible. You know, everyone thinks of like this, you know, cheap knockoff games or like Raid Shadow Legends.
it's like
or-
Angry Birds, you know,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Candy Crush, and it's like,
Yeah.
I'm not spending $2 to get an extra life on Candy Crush. I'm sorry, I'm not that desperate.
Yeah, the for a very long time, all mobile games were pretty like predatory, I'd say.
Yeah, yeah.
And how they try to make you spend money.
Right.
So I think there is that kind of notion of mobile game equals you're trying to scam me.
Yeah,
So maybe
yeah,
there
yeah.
is a lot of that, but hopefully it'll change in future, and we'll
Hopefully.
finally get that Konosuba localization.
Yes.
Yeah, because
I-
that game looks fun.
It looks
Yeah,
so good.
yeah,
I
it
watched you
does.
stream it.
Yeah. I mean, I enjoy Konosuba Dojin a lot too. I don't usually go for Dojin. Like, I don't really go for
Women of culture
you know,
here.
Dojin adaptation. I always go for just
Wait, who's-
ecchi
who's-
original stories.
Who's the
You know what?
favorite? In
My
who's your
favorite
one?
has
who's your-
always been Megumi, but
Hell
Dojin
yeah, of
wise,
course.
Darkness.
Aqua is actually very useful. Aqua is actually very useful. I mean,
For what?
she's been called useless, right?
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
useless goddess. But
The
she's
only time
very
she's useful is in
Yeah.
porn.
Because I'm just gonna make it simple. I mean, she can purify any liquid. So any happenings happens, you know, she can just purify it.
It's like,
It-
it's
it
like,
won't be a
damn, I wish I
problem.
had that when I was doing it. Fuck. None of this banana drink shit.
None of this gluten-free cum online.
Only the purest of jizz for me.
I'm a darkness man. I love
Yeah.
darkness. Yeah.
Love darkness.
Yeah, I love
I'm a
darkness.
Megumin person, man.
I
Like,
know you
Megumin.
are. You're like 10. I'll take that.
no, it's not true.
Beatrice. Basically 10.
Age is just a number.
That's what
Here we fucking go. Here we fucking go.
Like what people say on the stand as they're being convicted. Jerry, come on, man.
I didn't know.
The UN is coming for you, son.
I can see just that one clip being gift and just
Yeah,
like being
yeah.
spread
You're
around
fucked.
now.
Hi, Chris Hansen. So, as is tradition with Trash Taste episodes that have guests, we're going to get you to sign a shikishi.
Yay!
So that we may put it up on this wall right here. We say
Eventually,
that, but
yeah.
Chris's
Eventually.
one is like
Where-
still down here.
Chris
So,
didn't do a good job. He didn't.
No,
This is his right here.
I love you guys, especially Jerry.
Now that's a signature. That's a signature.
That's a signature right there. Look at that squiggle. God damn.
But yeah, thank you very much for coming on. It's
No,
been a
thank
pleasure to have you
you.
as a guest.
In the meantime, here are all the lovely patrons who are here supporting the Trash Taste channel. We definitely know that this episode is going to be demonetized as fuck. So
Look at these guys.
No
Thank you very
ads,
much.
no
Yeah.
ads.
yeah, no ads on this one. So if you'd like to support the show and hopefully get some more cool guests onto this show, then definitely, support our Patreon. And
You're like, fuck, I don't know what to say.
yeah, I'm like, please support Patreon. Yeah.
You ever just start a sentence and you don't know where it's going to lead, but you just have to keep talking
Yeah,
anyway?
yeah. I'm just like, I gotta end it.
That's the news.
That's the one. Do you want to like shout anything out?
No, please follow me on social media, Twitter, Instagram, also on Twitch. It's very new. My YouTube channel isn't my personal channel. I'm just hired to be on the channel, so I have nothing to do with editing. So stop telling me to put English subtitles.
Come on,
I can't do that. I
You're
can't do
an
that.
English teacher, right? You can put English subtitles.
I'm too busy with other things.
We'll leave all of those down in the
Yeah.
description
Yes.
below, so definitely go check it out. And
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so
thank you.
much.
I hope you had a good time here.
yeah.
Likewise.
All right.
But yeah, anyway, that's been Trash Taste Podcast. I've been here with the boys and the girl. Once it's nice to not have to be in a sausage fest of a podcast for once. And yeah, we will see you guys later.
Bye.
Are we saying that now? See you later.
See you later. See you later.
See you later.